9th, 2025, and we are coming alive. Good morning. How is everybody doing?
Good.
Oh. Hot in here or no?
No.
Just not as freezing as it normally is?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Oh, man. Carmen?
Yes.
Pep?
Yes, Michael.
Galvin?
Present.
Gio? Oh, man. Here he comes right now. Here he comes, angry coffee guy. Angry coffee guy.
I don't want to be your coffee bitch anymore.
Let's just watch him as he walks in the door.
It's going to be I'm done. What's that?
Hey. Oh, man. The face. The look. Thank you, sir.
It's pretty light.
Refer to me as Michael the 14th from now on, please.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new pope.
We do.
Hey.
What does that mean to anybody?
It doesn't.
Us, I mean, like,
it doesn't to
right?
us. Yeah, no.
I saw everybody talking about it yesterday, and, you know, I like to play the new pope game as much as anybody else, but same way we'd play a new king game or new prime minister game or one of those things. It's not really.
Well, I think the only thing it really means to us who are not religious is American Pope. That's the big takeaway for us.
American Pope, first time American Pope.
We're
Right.
making popes great again.
Yeah.
We are. We definitely are. Has Trump taken responsibility for the American Pope yet?
Kind of, but not really.
Right.
Like he was just saying, I forget what the tweet was. Something along. I thought it was gonna be much more like
It will be in time.
I saw
Yeah.
a clip of him, and he said it's great to have an American Pope, you know.
he did say it would be a great honor to meet him, and to me it's like it's a great honor for the Pope to meet Trump,
Probably.
which I could maybe not be taking it that way, but
Yeah, I guess the two takeaways yesterday were there's an American Pope, and evidently one of the Cardinals is Paulie Walnuts' brother. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, Tony Sirico, who played Paulie Walnuts, evidently his brother is one of the Cardinals. I heard it on Drew's show, and then I saw it on the news too.
Huh?
Yeah, and they say he looks kind of like a Cardinal Paulie Walnut.
Does he have the wings?
I didn't see him. I only heard them talking about it.
By the way, can we get this out of the way, too, since it's a Pope from Chicago? The Pope.
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live is going to do that.
Mhm.
So,
You would hope
yeah.
that they bring back George Wendt and Joe Mantegna and those guys.
The best thing about the Pope yesterday was the memes. Like the internet was going on fire.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
all the different my
Yeah.
My two favorites were the one that it took him 2 days for a Pope and 3 days for Shador Sanders. That made me laugh.
Yeah.
And then the other one, the best meme out there was the white smoke with the Mike Calta Show logo that Gio had already ready to go.
Yeah.
Before the Pope even died.
I saw one that was like red, white, and blue smoke.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good too.
Which
yeah.
I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was funny because I saw that you sent that, and it made me think of, I was watching, there's a Netflix thing about the American basketball team for the Olympics and stuff, but they have the French basketball team and the basketball team from Serbia and this and that, whatever. And France has a flag that is red, white, and blue as well.
Right.
But because the way the colors go, we'd be like red, white, and blue. They say white, blue, and red.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
It doesn't
like
make
you
sense,
never
yeah.
think about that.
I wonder, why do we say red, white, and blue? I wonder if there's a reasoning behind it
Huh?
or an origin.
I mean, because blue is there, but red starts and then white, the stripes are, but blue's right up top too. So it could be any
I
way.
know everything about the flag.
Oh, well, Betsy
From my
Ross.
days as a Boy Scout.
Please.
Let's hear from
But
Betsy Ross over here.
I don't know why we refer to it in those colors, but I know what all the colors represent and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So
But nobody ever says the white, blue, and red.
no, it's the red, white, and blue. I'm trying to think of the earliest reference that would come to mind of why red, white, and blue. I guess because the stripes go red first.
Right, but what I'm saying is the blue's up top too, because it's red here, but it's also the blue square there.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But I think isn't the French flag laid out blue, white, and red?
right, and that
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
make sense.
I think
And why
blue-
they say
it seems like blue should be first. There's more blue than red and white.
No, there's
Well,
none.
there's like a bigger space.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Like
Why does
solid.
Why does red get top
Because
billing?
the stripes go red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white, and then they put the blue. Red, white, red, white, red, white, red, white. That is hard. That is very hard.
Red rum, red rum.
Red-
and there are 7 red stripes, 6 white ones. So red gets top billing. The blue
You said it
represents
like I didn't know that.
about
Blue
a quarter
represent-
of the flag.
Yeah.
So is red the most then maybe?
So it's listed last.
I don't like it.
So it says because it reflects the flag's design and the way it's typically described in flag etiquette. So there's like a whole flag.
It says also red, white, and blue rolls off the tongue nicely.
People who pay attention to flags and flag etiquette are called flaggets.
Yeah. You're a big flag
It's true. I'm not ashamed.
I'm just going to start saying white, blue, and red.
Don't. You're not
Oh,
American.
you're
You're
not
not
American.
American.
Get
Until
out.
somebody
You
stops
throw
me.
it off.
You're not American.
We are going to stop you
Yeah.
right now.
You know, I'm being pretty strict on my diet, and I have a routine now of things that I eat, and I eat 2 cheese sticks every morning. Just 2 of those little
Cheesesteaks.
cheese sticks.
Yeah.
I want to be on your diet.
It's a great diet. 2 cheesesteaks followed by half a gallon of ice cream.
I think you're doing it wrong.
No. And last night I went to the refrigerator and I saw that there were 2 cheese sticks left, and I said, "Okay, good. I'll have these tomorrow morning, and then we'll get into it." Well, I went in there this morning and they were gone.
Wait,
Oh, no.
I almost said that word.
Don't do that.
That little effer, my daughter. I guarantee you, she's the only one that was home. She ate them and then left the package in the refrigerator.
Oh.
Yo, I hate
Add
kids.
insult to injury.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. You don't even throw it out. You leave it there to fake me out.
Yeah.
My kids do that too, and they'll boxes of stuff in the pantry. They'll eat whatever's in it and then put the box back in the pantry.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we think that we don't buy more because we
Right.
think it's there.
What
Yeah.
is the purpose behind that?
I don't know. That must be a thing of that age because they do that too, and I think my kids have to be the only stupid kids doing this.
I don't know.
No.
My kids are pretty stupid too.
Yeah.
Like my daughter got her math grades back yesterday, and she's doing really well. Like she's smart in school, but man, is she dumb. Yeah. Oh, and Carmen, I need help with this one.
Okay. I don't know if you want my help.
Yeah, I do. A manipulative little teenager. So this is the process to pick her up from school. You wait in this tremendously long line.
Insane.
It's insane. I go to Kid Prison to pick her up. I wait in the line. I get to the front. As I'm pulling up, I have my tag on the mirror, and they call out on the speaker, number 999, go to cone 4. They have the parking cones laid out. So I go to cone 4, and they make the announcement. She's number 999. They go over to cone 4.
Well, now anyone can pick up your kid.
Well, I didn't use the right one.
Well, you need the tag.
Yeah. Anyway, so I go over to the cone every day. I go to the cone, no kid. And then once the line starts moving, you got to move, whether you have your kid or not. If you don't have a kid, you then have to circle back and pull into the center parking lot, wait for them to cross over. Every day, she doesn't pay attention. They call her number. She doesn't admit. So yesterday, I yelled at her, or the day before. And then yesterday, I pulled into the parking spot. She comes walking across. She's got like a little grin on. I'm annoyed. I hadn't taken a nap. I was in a bad mood. She gets in the car, and I said, "Listen to me. I'm not going to yell at you. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'm just telling you tomorrow, if you miss it, you lose your phone." She immediately started crying. And she's not a crier. And I go, "But all right, I'm sorry." I was,
Crocodile
yeah. And
tears.
she's like, "No, because I you didn't even listen to me. I missed it because some kid hit me in the eye, and I was taking care of my eye, and I didn't hear them call my." I was like, "I'm so sorry." She completely
Yeah.
manipulated me and got me.
Yeah.
I was like, "Listen, I am so sorry."
You got
I did-
played.
See?
I got played, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say that is your problem. My dad never hit me at all, right?
No, I've never hit her.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, but like I was also scared of my dad. If my dad says, like, he wouldn't even take my phone away. He would just yell to the point where I would be standing outside waiting for him if I knew he was picking me up. Like I was like, he scared me.
Yeah.
And therefore I listened to him. She knows she can get away with whatever with you. Therefore, you are going to be in that circle pickup line for the rest of your life.
I was at the point yesterday where I was angry, and I said, "This is it." And I never fight with her. She gets away with murder. And she got in the car, and I said, "Listen to me. I'm not angry. I'm not going to be mad. I'm just going to tell you right now. Tomorrow you lose." And immediately the waterworks started. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be
Yeah.
mean to you. You can hear it. Here, take a 2 phone. Take second phones.
Yeah.
You're fine." Yeah.
See, if you
I'm a
want her to
sucker.
listen, you got to put the fear of God in her, but just know she will then cry every time a man tries to talk
That's
to her.
so evidently what happened was some kid flicked her in the eye by accident. They were playing around and he hit her in the eye, and she was tending to her eye when they called her, and she didn't hear the thing.
Yeah, the phone.
You can touch your eye and still hear, and that's it.
Right. So we pull out of the parking lot. She stops crying, and I go, "Can I just ask you a question?" And she's like, "Yeah." I go, "Did you just play me? Did I just get played?" And she's like, "No, I got hit." I go, "I know you got hit in the eye, but you just cried to play." I think she knows that I'm on to her.
Yeah.
She needs to take an afternoon or a day and ride the bus and see what it's like to ride the bus.
Or-
and then then she'll never be late for that car ride ever again.
I was gonna say, or you be late, be the last one to pick her up.
Yeah,
and
there's
then,
another one.
And get there at 4 or 5, and then she's just standing there, and then you'll be like, "See, I'm not gonna come early if you're not gonna come out."
They hate
and
that too.
Yeah, and then this way you can't miss your announcement
Mm.
because you're the only one left.
Do you know it's I get there at 4:00. She doesn't get out till 4:30. I don't get her in my car till like 4:40, and people start lining up at like 3:15.
It's crazy. Car line is nuts.
But on top of it being insane for you to have to go to do your kids, these teachers didn't sign up to be traffic cops.
Yeah.
They're out there having to line up with all these kids and run around with golf carts and signs and worry about them. When I was a kid, the bell rang, the doors opened, and everybody just left.
Right.
That was it.
Yeah.
And no matter what you're doing, they make you the bad guy if something's going wrong. If you're not pulling up or if you're not doing what you're supposed to.
But they're right.
Like, they don't
because
mess
they're
around.
Like, we
Yeah.
don't want to be here anymore.
Yep.
We've been here since 7:00 this morning.
Yeah.
Your dumb kids can't get in the car fast enough, and we're still here outside in the sun.
You're holding us up.
You know what they need to do? All schools hire a Chick-fil-A. They will get those lines in and out.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
And you get chicken.
Yeah, but they can figure it out in a matter of a week. I'm telling you, get someone from Chick-fil-A in there, the lines will be perfect.
Chick-fil-A logistics is a new job. That's a new job.
Yeah.
Somebody that goes in there, looks at Chick-fil-A and figure out how to move the crowd through.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you're worried about the waterworks now, just wait. Because both my daughters are high school teenagers now, and I literally have to have my wife tip me off when things are happening and why things may be emotional at home.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
drama. Yeah. Like, just so you know, she's very emotional today because stuff's going on. Don't ask why. Just know that he's going to tread lightly.
I know.
Because they get... dude.
I'm in bad shape with that kid because
get
she's
very
a good
emotional.
kid, but I mean, once she knows a secret that she can get whatever she wants.
Yeah. They'll cry at the
knows.
drop of the hat.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't think she's known that for the last 8 years?
No, probably she does.
Once the hormones kick in, that's when you lose everything.
It's all over.
I also tell her, like, maybe I shouldn't tell her. I know, like, every once in a while, I'll be like, I just want you to know I love you way more than your brother. I just let it out now.
Yeah, I say that a lot.
He's too old, so I don't know.
Remember when you were going to throw in a wood chipper?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna. I was saying in order
you
to
said you
save my son, I would.
Yeah.
I didn't say
You
I
were
wanted
planning.
to.
No, you ordered one.
No, I didn't want to get rid of her. I just was saying. Did you see the video that I put up yesterday on our Instagram? The old slap fight video of me and my
Yes.
son. He was so little. But I remember that day. That kid slapped the crap out of me, man.
You should try it now.
No, I knew everybody was going to say that, and there's no way. There's no way I would even. No way.
Yeah.
No way. He's got big panther paw hands.
Not too long ago, my son and I went punch for punch, like in the arm.
Yeah.
And that went not very far.
No, I did that with Joey. I go, I'll go first. He goes,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and I punched him, and then I quit.
Yeah.
I was like,
And then we
oh.
both had like giant bruises. And we're like, why'd we do that? That was stupid.
Yeah, right? That's how I felt when we used to do football punches. I was like, this is such a great idea until the next day when your arm was purple and your shoulder hurt, and you're like, this is so dumb.
It was fun in the moment, but like, why? That was really stupid.
I'm pretty sure we killed Dinah.
Oh.
I think
Punch
we did.
cancer into her?
We punched. We broke some cells or did something.
Man.
Because that kid she used to have a completely purple arm. That was bad. Anybody got any plans for the weekend?
I'm going to see Billy Idol and Joan Jett on
Are you
Saturday.
doing that?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I got Mother's Day Saturday and Mother's Day Sunday, but I got nothing going on tonight. I was thinking about going to Frankie's tonight.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Oh, you want a little date?
Yeah. Some crab cakes. Oh, man. Yeah, I already know what I'm getting. I already got it. Okay. I'm ready.
Carmen's passion for Chad and food is equal.
Yes.
It is almost equal.
100%.
Gio.
What?
Have you talked to Kevin Smith today?
Today?
Yeah.
Today, no.
What do you think? Do you think he's coming in?
Should
Yeah.
we take bets?
Yes.
I mean, I would imagine he's on the road now,
He would
right?
have to be on the road right now to get here by 8.
Kevin, if you're listening to the show, which I don't believe you are, I am so excited that you may be here today. I also would not be mad at you if you were like, I'm just going back to bed. I get it. I would not drive here from Orlando. I would not get up early and face the I-4 traffic. I certainly wouldn't do it for this show. I have no idea why. I mean, Gio said he was insisting on coming in.
Yeah.
Not like we don't want him. We'd love to have him. It just seems like a big ask. Like I don't like when comedians are in town, they want to come on the show so they could sell tickets to their gigs. Kevin Smith's gig is already sold out. He doesn't need us.
Yeah. He sold out 2 shows in like the first week the tickets were on sale.
Jason Mewes needs us, and he stood us up too.
Yeah, he overslept.
Yeah,
too.
but I get it. I just don't know how. I mean, I don't even think you didn't just text him, did you?
No.
Oh, I was like, I wouldn't even do that.
I was looking at my text with him yesterday afternoon when I gave him the address, and I still said, listen, we hate to have you drive all in from Orlando. And he's like, looks like it's about 90 minutes. Cool.
I feel like I got the pressure.
You?
You too. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I got the pressure, not of him not coming, of him having to drive all the way here.
Everybody's been crapping on me all week. And anytime we mention this,
Yeah.
he's not going to come.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. I put it up yesterday that he was on the show, and people are like,
Yeah, if
2
you're-
out of 10.
If you're DMing me that, know that you're not the first person, so you're not clever.
It's so funny is I put the slap video of me and Joey up yesterday on Instagram, and as I'm putting it up, I was like, should I just put in the caption, no, we will not do this now?
Yeah.
You know, because I knew everybody was going to say it, but, you know, whatever. I guess you want interactions anyway.
Yeah, when he said he was going to come in, and then he was like, "Oh, I'll be in Orlando." I was like, "Dude, we don't want you to have to do that."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, it's totally fine. It's cool."
I mean, I guess at one point he has to come here and check into his hotel and all that stuff.
I mean, he's going to be in Tampa anyways.
Right.
I guess he's just coming over earlier.
Damn it, now I'm like, let's go, Kevin Smith. Let's get here.
Man.
Yeah. I was watching a video. I want to ask Kevin Smith about this yesterday about with Ethan Suplee. And Ethan Suplee was saying that he went at Harvey Weinstein, tried to beat him up one night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They were having a conversation at a dinner, and Harvey Weinstein was talking smack about another actor who is Suplee's friend, and Suplee said, "Why don't you not talk about him since he's not here?" And he's like, "What are you going to do about it?" And Ethan Suplee said he went at him, and everybody kind of broke them up, and then they put him on a blacklist, and he couldn't be in any more Miramax movies after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I feel like I gave him multiple opportunities to opt out of coming
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
And he still was like, "No, it's cool."
I think he's like I got to get there. I might as well beat the traffic and go early. He
Yeah.
likes to do radio.
Yeah.
And I got things I want to talk to him about. So
He
I'm
likes
excited.
us too. He always like, "Yeah, I would love to."
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm good. I'm glad he likes us.
Whether he gets up though, that's because a couple other times he was like, "Yeah, absolutely, I'll be up. I'll dial in tomorrow morning."
I looked at my wife last night and I go, just a heads up. And she was I go, Kevin Smith is going to be here tomorrow. And she goes, "Oh, that's nice." And I go, "Yeah." And I go, "And Todd Packer from The Office." And she went, "Oh, really?" And I go, "Yeah." I go, both of them in our garage. And
Yeah.
she's like, "Yeah, that is it's just hilarious to me."
I was watching clips of Todd Packer yesterday
Yeah.
to get ready. And my favorite, he walks in the office. He's like, "What's up, Halpert? Still a queer?" Starts like turning around and puts his ass in his face.
That show is so good, man.
So
it
funny.
really
Like,
is.
I forgot that.
Can I tell you though that Jim Halpert to me is the most most annoying.
Yeah, he is.
I don't like his face, his
Yeah.
hair. I mean, obviously he was great on the show.
Jim and Pam are the worst on that
the
show.
worst. Yeah, right? Okay, good. I thought it was just me for a
You
little
had to
while.
have like the love story thing though to tie it together.
Yeah, I
you
get
know?
it all. And they're funny. Jim's funny, you know.
Yeah.
But the best is that, whenever people describe it now, they're like, so it's just the story about a guy who makes fun of an autistic guy that he works with the entire time,
Yeah.
bullies him and
Yeah.
stuff. And everything.
Yeah. But I mean, the Jim and Dwight stuff is some of the greatest stuff too.
Yeah,
you know?
No, it's great. It all works together perfectly, but Jim just bugs me.
When you hear John Krasinski talk like out of character, he's got like a weird accent. It's not the Jim voice.
It's
Oh, really?
Boston.
Yeah, it's totally different.
But I also don't like Jim because of Emily Blunt, his wife.
Yeah, I don't like her.
Yeah.
Did you see anybody watch Jeopardy last night? The guy on Jeopardy was in a school play with Krasinski when they were kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Krasinski played Daddy Warbucks.
Oh,
and
wow.
that guy, the guy on Jeopardy, played Mr. Bundles, the same character I played when I was in Annie when I was a kid.
Oh, you guys are
There
the
you go.
same.
Did you know anything about flags?
Those were separate occasions, Calvin. I learned all about the flag in my time in the Scouts. Thank you very much. Deepest Quality's son just became an Eagle Scout.
That's very hard.
That is very, very hard.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of requirements to do that.
It makes sense to me that you weren't able to do that.
No, not even close. Not
It's a
even
5K part of it.
No, there's so many requirements, and it's a buddy of mine. He became an Eagle Scout, and I remember he worked on it nonstop for like a year.
I feel like that flew under the radar, Galvin. Was there a 5K part of it? The idea is that you ever see that Boy Scouts wear a sash and they have all their merit badges on the sash? The problem with this, in order to get a merit badge, you have to go and I don't know, let's say communications. I can be an expert on communications. So you have to find somebody that's certified in the communications merit badge, and you have to go study with them and then take a test at the end, and they have to pass you on the test in order for you to get your merit badge. And it's not people that are in Scouts. So, like, you have to go and find the person certified in that merit badge to pass you. So sometimes you're traveling to do that. You're spending weekends doing adventures to try and do it. It's hard. It's hard.
You got to set these things up on your own.
Yeah.
Do you have to sew your own badges on?
You don't have to, but
Was that part of it, though? Or are you supposed to be able to sew?
I don't know. When I was a kid, I had my grandmother in the house, and she had like 3 sewing machines, so I would never have to even come up. But I mean, we did learn how to sew at some point, buttons and things like that. But I mean, it's when you look at an Eagle Scout and he's filled with those merit badges, know that kid knows how to do some stuff. Is it still in here?
Still there.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah, there's some over here,
Your
too.
job as exterminator is failing.
I'm slacking, Michael. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Todd Packer. We got bugs.
Yeah.
Oh. The idea that I waited in line at the one theater that was showing Clerks, the Angelica movie theater in Manhattan, and now Kevin Smith is going to be here in our studio. It makes me very happy.
Is he?
Wow. Wow. I don't need negativity coming from you.
I felt so positive up until,
Galvin, we talked about how was your golfing?
Oh, it was good.
Because they were just showing golfing on TV, and now I have an urge to golf. I hate golf, but I feel like I think because I went to Top Golf, and I was hitting the ball pretty straight for a while, and I'm like, maybe I'll try and play golf again.
Yeah, I will tell you that before I even started, I was over people being too serious about it. Because they're so serious. And it's like, all right, first off, if you're that serious, you should be playing on a course. You should be a member of somewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because we played at just a normal course. But my drives were decent. I haven't played. I can't even remember last time I played. Definitely last time I played was just Top Golf.
Yeah.
Last time I actually went on a golf course has been years.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can play. I'm okay, but it wasn't great.
Who did you
but,
go with?
Pete.
Not
His
not
Pete,
my
not my-
Pete. His
my
Pete.
Pete.
Your Pete. Okay.
He got his own Pete.
Yeah, and but it's just like people are like this, that, and we're like play through.
That's why I don't like to play. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, just go. Because I even said to Pete, I go, who thought it would be this busy on a Thursday morning?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I live on a golf course, and there's no matter what time of day I walk the dogs, there's people out there on that hole all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I said, I go, just so you know, I'm ready to fight everybody. Like I'm already ready to fight. And then we're waiting for the people in front of us. The people who are behind us are waiting for us. And I go, one ball comes near me, and it's over.
Yeah. We almost got we golfed together, Galvin and I one time.
Yeah,
We
a long
almost got
time
in a
ago.
fight.
Yeah.
We almost
Was
got in a fight. I made that guy a bitch. I took that guy's hat off and threw it on the floor,
You
and I
did.
go, "What are you going to do about it?"
It's even worse when you're a girl because you're the only girl
Oh,
out
yeah.
there, and every guy's like, if you held your hands like this,
Carmen.
and then they get up and then they shank the ball to the other hole, and I'm like, oh yeah, should I do it just like you guys? Ugh.
I
hate
saw
that.
a female pro golfer was on the driving range, and she was videoing her swing because she wants to be able to, analyze it and do this stuff, whatever. And the guy was like, "You need to tilt your arms back," and she goes, "Okay." And then he does it, and she goes, okay. And then she hits and stuff. And then the guy goes and he hits and he's like doing little. She's a professional golfer. And golf is one of those sports that's a lot closer than anything else, male and female. You know what I
I
mean?
don't think there's anything in the world that I'd go, you need to do anything. Nothing.
And do you think that's going to work? Do you? Because that's the ultimate goal. Is you think that you're going to start up a conversation with her and stuff. Do you think the negative stuff? And I know Mysterio or whatever his name was, you know, with the
Mystery.
Nagging.
Yeah, the nagging and stuff. But it's like, no.
But do you think, like, I will tell you this, and it doesn't apply to the guys and the girls, but I went to a driving range one time with Pete, and I was hitting balls left and right, and Pete goes, bend over and choke up on the and I started wailing him straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
Your
I
best
wasn't wearing
friend
tight
of your
pants.
entire life,
Yeah.
and you know who
And
knows how to golf.
And also knows that you're not really athletic.
Well, let's not say it like that. Maybe say not a good golfer. Yeah.
Both, not
So
athletic.
how my self-esteem is not just beaten down. I don't know how it.
Yeah, to me, golf courses are douchebag city. It's just like that's the type of people that are out there.
You know what it is? It's Jimmy Buffett concerts.
Yeah.
It's the one day a week where Fred and his friends get to go have a good time.
Yeah,
I think we're so used to having a good time all the time that we're like, golf isn't time to do it. Like, you went to actually golf.
Yeah.
You didn't go to drink and hang out during the.
I don't get it.
Oh, I go to drink. I play the front nine, drink the back nine.
Then grab Chad's 9.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Wawa Carmen?
Yeah.
Oh,
You need to stop
no.
doing this to women.
The
That
what?
is so like
I didn't make that picture.
I know, but these women
Yeah.
are just out there enjoying their lives, and then they have a bunch of jerks like you. Like, look at this fatty.
I didn't. She just looks like a fat version of you. It doesn't mean that she's a bad person.
Did you even title it at all? Like,
I
did
just
you,
put the Wawa logo on her.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
I didn't.
Yeah, I don't
How?
know.
Why would you think that was supposed to be you,
I
Carmen?
mean, it looks like she's at a Wawa.
How did you know what I was talking about,
Yeah.
Karen?
You guys used to have a song about it.
We did?
Or you would, wow,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every time you
Those
unhinge your jaw to eat a sandwich.
I
they'll
just
stick
saw.
with you. I don't know
I
if you know
just saw
that.
lady with the Wawa
Oh,
logo. I
shut
didn't even.
up.
You thought it was a Wawa big boy.
That is something else.
Yeah.
It's on Instagram and our stories at the Mike Calta Show.
I thought that was Carmen with like AI or something.
Leave these ladies alone, man. It's
That's somebody's daughter. Somebody's
I didn't
mother,
do anything.
someone's wife.
Somebody's wife.
Probably not. She's probably not married.
Oh no.
You know why?
She probably is.
She probably is. She brings home sandwiches.
Just hammering a burger in her car.
Double burger.
Double.
All right, let's get the show going today. We got Sporkle when we come back. We got stuff to give away. We'll do that now. We'll take a long commercial break and we'll come back and do that. And then we will go short. And, Carmen.
Yes.
Remember I was talking to you about the I don't know what I could say, the beach-related activity we have coming up?
Yeah, could you send me those dates? That
Yeah,
would
we're
be-
announcing that on Monday.
Okay.
So you'll have all the information.
Okay, cool.
All right. So I'm very excited about it. I think we're gonna do something the station has never done before, and I think that our listeners are gonna love it. I think it's gonna be so much fun. I think there'll be different levels of fun that you can have. This is probably the biggest event next to the cruise that we do every year. Now, I think like that we'll be doing this year. That's all I can say. I'm gonna stop talking so I don't screw it up.
Were you trying to get Cody to come?
I was trying to get.
There's
Cody to
no
go.
way.
No. Cody's a giant. Oh, I don't know if he's a giant because we decided
Yeah.
Rogan was little. So, all right, let's take a break. We got Sporkle when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to Tampa Bay's most listened to morning show, The Mike Calta Show. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Hillsborough County has an accident early this morning. Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard is near Valrico Road. Crews on the scene there. Some lanes blocked off. Not a lot of traffic this time of morning in that area. Still some flashing lights, which means some onlooker slowdowns. Give yourself a few extra minutes and use caution if that's the direction you're headed this morning. Good news is all the other roads, pretty good shape. 275, 75, and I-4 all problem-free right now. The Veterans Expressway and Leroy Summit Expressway also running up to speed. And nothing to slow you down right now on any of the Bay Area bridges. I'm Monica with traffic.
Ready to step into a healthy and active lifestyle? Come to the Good Feet store and experience the difference. Discover how a simple step can lead to a life of pain-free possibilities.
When you excavate for a living, safe digging helps you keep living and save money, time, and your reputation, which can all help you breathe easier. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time. Always visit sunshine811.com or call 811.
At Brandon Honda, we have lenders for every credit situation. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Right now at Brandon Honda, get 0 down deals on any new vehicle in stock. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. And we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. We have over 600 vehicles to choose from and over 50 lenders, all competing to get you the best deal possible. Get your guaranteed credit approval at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-280-0850 for more information.
Running a fleet is expensive. So what happens when you cut the fuel bill by 10% with a Coast Fleet Card?
We're saving money and time, which means we're able to take better care of all of our vehicles and our techs, plus our bottom line. Coast has been a real game changer for us.
With Coast, you get smarter spending, stronger security, and real support when you need it. Set spending limits, track purchases in real time, and stop unauthorized transactions before they happen. Coast works anywhere Visa is accepted, so you're not limited to overpriced or out-of-the-way gas stations.
The customer service is way above the company that we used before. Along with the extra security, it's worth saying again, total game changer for us.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast Card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. Actual savings may vary. See terms at coastpay.com. The spokesperson and characters in this ad are actor portrayals.
Hey, it's Galvin for ArborWise Tree Service. ArborWise is a professional tree care company that is family owned and operated. They do both residential and commercial. So if you need tree trimming, tree removal, air spading, or tree evaluation, basically anything that has to do with trees, these are the guys. And don't just take my word for it. Check out their perfect 5-star rating with Google. And they've been serving the entire Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. Check them out online at arborwisetreeservices.com or give them a call at 727-481-8081.
If you've been hurt in an accident, call Bernetti PA. We make it easy. In fact, you can hire us by phone, over the internet, or we'll come to you. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Business owners everywhere are raving about ZipRecruiter's new feature, Zip Intro, which does the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates to meet with you as soon as the next day. So we decided to call up some of these employers and hear their stories. Today, we're on the phone with Pilates studio owner Crystal M. Harris. Crystal, how has Zip Intro helped you hire?
Well, I was opening a Pilates studio in McDonough, Georgia, and I needed to staff up quickly. Zip Intro did the work for me. It helped me find enthusiastic candidates who matched my qualifications perfectly.
That's great.
Yeah, I had my Zip Intro session on Tuesday, did all the interviews by Thursday, sent out the offers on Friday, and they started on Monday. Because Zip Intro did most of the work, I saved so much time.
Absolutely. And to our listeners, you can try Zip Intro for free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
John Senning here. I'm obviously not an attorney, but Mo DeWitt is. And you probably already know that if you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo and his firm fights for the injured people in Tampa Bay to get them what they deserve. Fighting the insurance companies can seem overwhelming, but that's what Mo does every day. And he's ready to do it for you. No matter what life throws at you, stand up and fight to get what you deserve. And it all starts with one call to Tampa's injury attorney at 866-CALL-MO. Give him a call day or night at 866-CALL-MO. That's 866-CALL-MOE.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at NA whpb.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-549-8866. That's 800-549-8866.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. Summer should be full of possibilities, not hunger. We're proud to support Cereal for Summer with Feeding Tampa Bay and 10 Tampa Bay. Join us and help provide healthy breakfast throughout Tampa Bay. For details and ways to help, go to cerealforsummer.org.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Summer is here. Get your backyard ready with Waterman Construction. Pavers, decks, and custom outdoor spaces done right. Call 813-715-7383 or go to watermanproperties.net.
Your power bill keeps going up year after year. Solar Bear locks in your rate and gives you the first 12 months completely free. Why keep paying more? Go solar with Solar Bear. Visit solarbear.com. That's solarbear.com.
From Saturday Night Live and his multiple Netflix specials, Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Straz Center, Saturday, December 6th. Tickets on sale now at strazcenter.org.
The Golden Diamond Source is extending their Mother's Day gift card match. The $500 gift card match is going on right now, May 5th through the 11th. That means if you come in with a $500 budget, they will match it for up to $1,000 in spending power. You can either give it as a gift card so they can experience and shop with you or buy jewelry that same day. They have something for everyone's budget. They have the largest selection that is family owned and operated under one roof. That is why they are the destination for jewelry. They will walk you through the process and make it super easy. The Golden Diamond Source is extending their Mother's Day gift card match. The $500 gift card match is going on right now, May 5th through the 11th. That means if you come in with a $500 budget, they will match it for up to $1,000 in spending power. You can either give it as a gift card so they can experience and shop with you or buy jewelry that same day. They're at 3800 Olmerton Road right off of 275. Check them out online at goldendiamond.com and get in there for the $500 Mother's Day gift card match, May 5th through May 11th, and make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Mobile service is here at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We come to you at your home or office. That means you can save even more time and money with your next service experience with no more wait times. We'll come at your convenience to your home or office. Then we'll perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. See just how easy and convenient it can be for yourself. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm Country. See dealer for complete details.
John Senning here for Hawkins Service Co. Hawkins has tons of great guarantees, like the Comfort Guarantee. If your system doesn't keep your home comfortable, Hawkins Comfort Guarantee means they'll replace it at no cost. And right now, you can get a free service call with any repair. With future prices in question, it's smart to address issues now. That offer's valid until May 31st. Don't wait. Call Hawkins Service Co. today at 813-445-8209 or visit them online at hawkinsserviceco.com. Hawkins, one call, handles it all.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Because we have lawyers in all 50 states, I see lots of lawyers' ads. Most seem to be bragging on results, but are they true or misleading? For example, in some cases, a firm may try a case even though the at-fault party has no lawyer, then brag in the ad about their results. My son Matt got one for nearly $50 million, but we never collected one dime. Some lawyers may say they got a result even though they were sitting second chair at a firm like mine, and even though they had little to do with it. Happens all the time. All that glitters is not gold. At Morgan & Morgan, our results are real. Visit forthepeople.com and go to settlements and verdicts to see for yourself what your case may be worth before you hire a law firm. Do your homework. Fact check. It's easy and too important not to. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Running a fleet is expensive. So what happens when you cut the fuel bill by 10% with a Coast Fleet Card?
We're saving money and time, which means we're able to take better care of all of our vehicles and our techs, plus our bottom line. Coast has been a real game changer for us.
With Coast, you get smarter spending, stronger security, and real support when you need it. Set spending limits, track purchases in real time, and stop unauthorized transactions before they happen. Coast works anywhere Visa is accepted, so you're not limited to overpriced or out-of-the-way gas stations.
The customer service is way above the company that we used before. Along with the extra security, it's worth saying again, total game changer for us.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast Card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. Actual savings may vary. See terms at coastpay.com. The spokesperson and characters in this ad are actor portrayals.
Hey, what's up? It's Gio. You know, if you've got a 401k from an old job or some retirement savings just sitting there with no real strategy, just know you're probably not alone. You might be surprised to find out that most people don't have a plan at all. They just got money sitting around. That's where Trajan Wealth steps in. Their fiduciary advisors don't sell products. They help you build a plan. A plan that's going to be designed and customized for your goals and your timeline. The best part about Trajan Wealth, they don't work on commissions and there's no hidden fees. Just honest advice that'll help you move your finances forward with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today, 813-550-1000, and they'll get you on the schedule for a free consultation. There's no reason to sit and worry about what to do. Take that first step today with confidence and let the experts at Trajan Wealth set you on the right path. That's 813-550-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor paid advertisement.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025
The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com. This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Very warm and steamy again today with that 30% chance of an isolated inland storm. High temperatures running around 89, maybe 90 in a few spots this afternoon. Mild and muggy tonight with a low in the mid-70s and a 40% rain chance for your Saturday. Otherwise, variable clouds with highs in the upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
On the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. You get a chance to win $1,000 coming up this morning. First one is at 8 o'clock, then again at 10 o'clock, then noon, 2, and 5. With the Bone bonus keyword, we'll give you that keyword. You put it in the app, and you can win $1,000. It's as easy as that. First one coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. If the show goes as planned, Kevin Smith will be here today. And David Koechner will be here today. We'll see how it plays out.
One of those, at least, will definitely be happening, I think.
Oh, all right.
I won't tell you which one.
Okay. We'll find out. We'll find out.
Definite.
One, definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Both? Man.
Yeah, it's a long shot. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. Right now, though, we got some stuff to give away. I know we don't have any more, Carmen.
Huh.
Say Santa. Whatever that thing was. That was last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for telling me.
people that I would not expect to be at that show were at that show.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not my area whatsoever. Tool, Perfect Circle, and Maynard, and all that other stuff. And even Les Claypool, I admire him, but I don't.
So on YouTube, Primus got a new drummer. Their drummer left, so they had to get a new drummer, and they were auditioning drummers, and they auditioned drummers that are well-known drummers, that are great drummers, but then they opened it up to, hey, submit a tape and put it in, whatever. And the guy who got it was one of those guys.
Oh, really?
Who just submitted, because there was like a lot of big names in the drum world that went and tried out for this. But this
It's kind of like playing for, what's that band back in the day? Hey 19 band. Steely Dan. They were such meticulous musicians that you gotta really, it's not just being a good drummer, you gotta know how to play with those people.
But they did a thing on YouTube where they did the drummer auditions and how they did it, and then narrowed it down and did all this stuff, and it was really interesting.
Yeah, I like that. You don't even have to know. I don't even have to like the band. I just like the process.
But I will tell you this: John Brennan and I were talking about it. Primus is so good, but also so weird.
Yeah,
like why not just write normal songs?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like if they tried to just write like a hit song, I'm sure that they could and make a bunch of. But like Primus is successful, but not super successful.
Right.
And it's like that weird. They're artists,
right? Exactly. Like they skip that mainstream pop song.
Yeah, they're not in it for the money.
No.
They're not in it for that. Whatever, they want to do their stuff. But good Lord, Les Claypool, it is unbelievable how good he is.
He is amazing. He's really amazing,
and just completely different from everybody else too.
So what do we have to give away, Carmen?
So we have tickets for Stained.
And
Russell Dickerson.
Oh, WrestleMania.
Yes.
All right. Pretty crappy load, but it's Friday, so
yeah,
that's what you get.
What you gonna do?
All right, let's do it right now. A little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Somebody out there is like, Dan, I love Russell Dickerson. I'm just watching the phone lines just drop off. They were all full, and then they just went boop, 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 boop. I don't want to know Russell Dickerson. All right, Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. I am going for 3 in a row.
That is correct.
All right. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, today we're going to be playing Missing D in acronyms,
Yeah.
okay? So I'm going to give you an acronym. You're going to give me the D that's missing. And I am just going to give you the letters, but if you can't get it, I'll give you
All right.
the words.
So
as
we're
well.
giving you the D word.
Correct.
I'd like to give you the D word.
Yeah. All right. Give me 1 second. I apologize. My settings were off. Okay, here we go. Your first one. DQ.
Disqualified.
Dairy.
Oh.
Yes. Pap.
Galvin.
Oh, man. Man.
All right, your next one. DHL.
Delivery.
Damn it. Delivered?
DHL. Hillbaum and Lynn. Dalsey.
Oh.
Hillbaum and Lynn.
Okay.
Your next one. YTD.
Date.
Mike. DST.
Daylight savings time.
Daylight.
Daylight. I will give that to Geo. Geo, I just need the D word.
All right.
DOA.
Dead.
Galvin. AIDS. AIDS.
Deficiency.
D word.
Yes, Pap.
Michael.
The
Mike
make
gets
up.
the
There's
point.
the make 'em up.
There's the make 'em up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
That was 100% me and the make 'em up.
Yep.
All right, I need the first D in this one, okay? ADHD.
Deficit.
Mike. HDMI.
Definition.
Galvin. FDR.
Delano. What did you say?
I said Delano. Relax.
Yes, and that's why he got it.
Tensions are
I was
What
high.
did you
I was
say?
saying pretty calm.
Tensions are
Flag
high.
boy.
Point Galvin.
Galvin. Your next one, DNA.
Do.
Dio.
Oh.
Did.
DNA.
We all answered.
Yes, that's why I was buzzing. Deoxyribo.
Oh, that was my next guess.
Oh. I was thinking of something completely different.
Your next one, radar. RADAR.
Device.
Detection.
Detection.
That makes more sense.
GED.
Diploma.
Degree.
General educational. GED.
Not diploma?
Development.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
GED.
Good.
And Pep, we're halfway there.
Gio's on the board. He has 2 points. Michael slightly ahead with 3. And Galvin is your leader right now by 1. He's winning with 4.
All right, we're doing missing D in the acronyms. Your next one, AMD. Advanced Micro.
Division.
Development.
Dudes.
Devices.
Dudes.
LSD.
Joe.
Lucy in the Sky.
Diamonds.
With, yes, Galvin. Your next one, DEC.
Department.
Equipment Corporation.
Digital.
Galvin. LED.
Diode.
Yes. Geo.
The job.
OCD.
Disorder.
Geo. HUD.
Development.
Heads up.
Wow.
Detroit.
Dude.
I don't know.
Display. Heads
Oh,
up display.
idiot.
HUD. DIY.
Do.
Mike. PDF.
Display.
Portable. portable format?
Digital.
PDF.
Dimension.
Document.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
GDP. GDP.
Can you give us words?
Oh,
or
sorry.
no?
Yeah. Gross product.
Disgusting.
Development.
I can't believe I don't know this.
Gross domestic product. DKNY.
Donna.
Yes, Mike Kelta and Pap. We're on the last three.
Gio has 4 points on the board. Michael has 5, and Galvin is your leader. He's winning by 1 with 6.
All right. Missing D in the acronyms. Last 3. Here we go. IDK.
Don't.
Mike. I need the second D in this one. D and D.
Dragons.
Geo.
Where we at?
Michael and Galvin both have 6. Gio has 5.
So you could.
Everyone's in
Still
it.
tied
Around
on
there,
that.
yeah.
Right.
And your last one. 4WD. 4-wheel.
Drive.
Mike.
Your final score.
The come from behind victory.
Gio with 5 points on the board. Galvin with 6, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 7.
Oh, welcome back.
I don't like it.
I like it. I like it. I got a new rule to make. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Joe's fault.
Jared.
Jay?
Jared.
Jared. Okay. Sorry, your phone broke up. How are you, Jared?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm going to put you on hold, and Carmen will give you an offer of some really crappy tickets, and you'll get to choose from that. I'm sorry, buddy. I hope you're a Russell Dickerson fan.
Enjoy yourself.
At the end of the week, we kind of ran out of stuff. Yeah, there you go. You can take her to WrestleMania and maybe break a little piece off at the end.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, hold on. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll get you those prizes. That's line 7, Carmen.
Got it.
I know we sort of did something like this before, but I'd like you to give a little blessing as the new pope.
Blessing is the new pope.
No.
Hey, bless all you people out there. You did a good job there. Why don't you guys come down to Wabash and I'll buy you a Stroh's.
Amen. Amen.
Hey, Mike, I'll take you to the Chicago Bulls game, and we'll get one of those hot dogs at the Portillo's and have a good time.
You're just a Chicago guy.
Yeah, you didn't even pray.
Oh.
Yeah.
Amen.
You gotta be the pope.
Amen.
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 God bless your hot dog there with the tomatoes and pickles all over it.
Amen. Amen.
All right, there you go. There's Sporkle. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, Fox It Up, You've Been Grounded, and the Pope.
We got news with Galvin next, and then after that, Kevin Smith. Then after that, David Koechner. And then after that, it is the weekend.
Kevin Smith confirmed in round.
Oh, my God.
Oh, all right.
Crazy. All right. It's happening. The show is in progress. News is next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Hillsborough County has a couple of accidents right now. The first one, Causeway Boulevard at 50th Street with crews on the scene there. Use caution. Keep in mind delays in both directions. Also a wreck from earlier, Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard near Valrico Road. That's now in the clearing stages. Only some minor onlooker slowdowns there. Everything else looks pretty good, though. No accidents reported on the Veterans Expressway or the Leroy Salmon Expressway. Looks like the Howard Franklin Bridge, Courtney Campbell Causeway, and Gandy Bridge all in good shape as well in both directions. I'm Monica with traffic.
You know, it's interesting. Car insurance commercials tend to focus on the simple fixes. A busted windshield, a banged up bumper. What about the human damages like pain and suffering? Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys won't let big insurance forget about your pain. For a Farah fight, you know who to call. Tampa.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember, 1-800-ASK-GARY.
If you want great food, cold beer, and a reason to get off the couch, Hooters has it locked down this summer. Start with their Buffalo Shrimp Special. 10 shrimp tossed in whatever sauce you're craving, plus a pile of fries, and it won't crush your wallet either. Or switch it up. Hit the tacos. 3 options. Shrimp tacos, mahi tacos if you're feeling fancy, or chicken tender tacos if you're staying landlocked. And yeah, they throw in curly fries or tots because they actually know what you want. Now, let's talk beer. Big Daddy mugs of Bud or Bud Light, just $6. Mick Ultra, $6.50, or just go big with buckets. 5 for $25. They have 11 locations in the Tampa Bay area, and everybody loves Hooters. Plus, they have 2 new locations coming this summer. Go to originalhooters.com to find the location near you. Stop by Hooters and make sure you tell them Mike Calta sent you.
If you've been hurt in an accident, Burnett EPA is here with a quick response. One call, and we're on it. It's fast, easy, and focused on you. Quick action, real results. Burnett EPA, we're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
The Golden Diamond Source is extending their Mother's Day gift card match. The $500 gift card match is going on right now, May 5th through the 11th. That means if you come in with a $500 budget, they will match it for up to $1,000 in spending power. You can either give it as a gift card so they can experience and shop with you, or buy jewelry that same day. They have something for everyone's budget. They have the largest selection that is family owned and operated under one roof. That is why they are the destination for jewelry. They will walk you through the process and make it super easy. The Golden Diamond Source is extending their Mother's Day gift card match. The $500 gift card match is going on right now, May 5th through the 11th. That means if you come in with a $500 budget, they will match it for up to $1,000 in spending power. You can either give it as a gift card so they can experience and shop with you, or buy jewelry that same day. They're at 3800 Olmerton Road, right off of 275. Check them out online at goldendiamond.com and get in there for the $500 Mother's Day gift card match, May 5th through May 11th, and make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond.
Hurricane season means one thing at Veteran Air. It's time to protect your nest. Before a storm hits, check drains for clogs to keep water out when the action starts. Install surge protectors to guard your home and appliances against lightning strikes. And consider a whole home generator from Veteran Air, the safest way to ride out a storm. Let our expert HVAC, plumbing, and electrical techs get your home battle ready. Veteranair.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
John Setting here. Are you ready to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Well, pick up your phone right now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
You or someone you know thinking about buying a home, tune in to the Loan Arranger radio show Saturdays from 11 to 12. Make no bones about it. It's the place to go for no-nonsense mortgage and real estate advice.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
1015 The Vibe and Demesman and Dover Law Firm are keeping you connected in the community. Visit 1015vibe.com and click on the community events page to stay in the loop. Demesman and Dover Law Firm, your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7 at 866-954-MORE.
Got a burned out light switch or broken outlet or breakers that keep flipping? Just call for a Bolt electrician online at boltelectric.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Very warm and steamy again today with that 30% chance of an isolated inland storm. High temperatures running around 89, maybe 90 in a few spots this afternoon. Mild and muggy tonight with a low in the mid-70s and a 40% rain chance for your Saturday. Otherwise, variable clouds with highs in the upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to The Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
$7:09 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Less than an hour, you'll have an opportunity to win $1,000 with the Bone bonus keyword. We'll give you that keyword exactly 8 o'clock. You put it in the app and you can win $1,000. It's as easy as that. Kevin Smith will be here. David Keckner will be here. And it is Friday.
Joe's a dick.
Why would Joe?
No, he's winding me up outside saying nobody's showing up.
He's not coming. Kevin Smith isn't coming.
Yeah, tell me how great producers have been previously for this show that are not named me.
Where are they?
Where's who?
The other producers.
The other producers.
Oh, I don't even know.
Exactly.
Well, Rob's doing really good, actually.
It's no lie. Rob was my favorite producer.
Yeah. Thank you.
No. Was. I didn't say is. I said he was.
Yeah.
He was.
No, Rob is actually doing very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Rob's work as a producer. Didn't like Rob. I don't know. It was just such a weird situation. I was riding high in that. There was a guy who applied for that job that was way overqualified. He had been the program director of DC 101 and was in charge of like these big shows like Elliot in the Morning and the Sports Junkies and all that. And he came down here and he was looking to move. His wife had a medical condition where she needed to move down here for the weather. And we went and had lunch, and I'll never forget, we went and had lunch at Cafe Chivo. Me, this guy, my agent, and I don't know if it was Keith or Jason at the time, or it was probably Keith. And while we were having lunch, I choked on lettuce. My lettuce got stuck in my throat to the point where I was like...
It probably wasn't used to being in there.
Wow.
It was fighting to get out.
Oh, no.
Got jokes all day.
6 to 9.
But I had to reach in my mouth and grab the lettuce and pull it out in front of this guy.
In front of the potential new hire?
In front of the potential new hire. And then everybody was like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then right after calm down, I go, "Well, you passed the first job of watching me choke." Like I was trying to make a bit out of it.
He didn't move into action, try to help at all?
He didn't, but he was hired after that job. Like everything went really good. He was overqualified. He really wanted the job. He was willing to take it and blah, blah, blah. And then we left and I was like, "I don't feel it." And they're like, "What do you mean?" He was great. I was like, "I don't feel it." He doesn't have, he was too straight. He didn't have he was a nice guy, but I also felt like he would be bored in 3 months and trying to do something else.
You did feel it with Rob, though?
Yeah, Rob was a great producer. He really was.
No, but I'm saying the personality thing.
No,
exactly.
Rob did the right thing, and he was, while he had another job, he was feeding me information. He was getting me guests lined up on the show, phone numbers, things like that, before he even worked for me. He was already being our producer before he was a producer. But the thing that I liked most about Rob is that, and this doesn't apply to you whatsoever, but back in the day, when something would happen and there would be like a news story, Rob would call me and be like, "Hey, did you see?" I go, "Yeah, I just saw the news. I'm on my way down there now. I have that is a good producer. That's somebody who wants to be in the middle of everything that's happening, come back with some sort of audio and do something. Nobody had worked here before ever had that kind of thing to do. You have a much different day after you leave here. But Rob would just go home and concentrate on things for work. That's just all he did. And I appreciated that. And you're right. It worked out for him. I mean, he's doing just fine now.
Yeah.
You don't need us. I wonder what that job pays, though.
I mean, I don't know.
The weird thing about Rob is he was an adult man who still cried and crapped his own pants. And yet, through this show, met a really hot girl, married her, and then had kids with her. Are they still together, I wonder?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But I mean, that show, he got in pretty early before they kind of blew up.
Yep.
Yep. So maybe, I don't know.
Well, good. Good for him.
We wish you well in your future endeavors.
All right. It is 7:14. Time to check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Cardinal Robert Prevost has taken the name Leo XIV, the Chicago-born missionary who spent his career ministering in Peru and took over the Vatican's powerful office of bishops, was elected the first pope from the United States in the 2,000-year history of the Catholic Church. In his first words as Pope Francis's successor, Pope Leo XIV, who is 69 years old, said, "Peace be with you," and spoke to the crowd in Italian and Spanish, but not English. Pope Leo XIV grew up on the south side of Chicago.
You know, I saw people that are mad at that.
Oh, really?
People are like, "You refuse to speak English, though." I mean, first of all, you're in Italy.
Yeah.
And second of all, you're speaking to an amount of tourists. You're speaking to Italian people and the amount of tourists there. Most of the country, most of the world rather speak Spanish. I thought that was very broad of him to be able to speak both of those languages fluently to the people. And the fact that we know he speaks English, he'll be speaking English plenty of times. I thought it just showed that he was exercising the opportunity to speak to many people. You got to realize that how many billion Catholics there are, And he was, I don't know, people get very offended by things.
Speak English or don't speak at all.
right.
Yeah.
Not my
USA.
Pope.
USA. USA. That's the global language, should be English.
He said, I've been to the Gulf of America.
Pope Leo XIV grew up on the south side of Chicago. Until now, most people close to him just called him Bob.
Bob.
American Pope and Chicago Pope memes were all over social media. And, of course, the most popular, duh, Pope. I just love saying duh, Pope.
I saw the Blues Brothers mobile, and it said the new Pope mobile has arrived. That made me laugh.
There was there is a bunch of different names of people like vicars and cardinals and all that. When it said Prevost, I thought that was another name for what he was. I didn't think that was his name. I thought he was the Prevost or something.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Yeah, I was confused. But Gio, you were all over it. You sent me the
white smoke.
Well, you sent us white smoke. I didn't. I went and looked in Google News, and there was nothing about it on Google News. You were ahead of you were ahead of everything.
I'd seen a live stream that was on Twitter, and it just had broke that the smoke was white.
I was surprised that they did it that fast. I thought for sure they'd at least draw it out until Monday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get people talking. Who's going to be the new Pope? What's going on?
I can't believe that nobody even considered, like, did we even realize there was an American in the running when we went through all the names?
Every time we looked at it, the top three were the top three that we said, the Italian one, the Asian one, and the black one. And, nobody said anything about, I got to be honest with you. I didn't even know, it could be an American Pope.
Yeah.
And
he's only 69. That guy's got a good 20-year run ahead of him.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things I saw was it said, wise for the Vatican to go with an American Pope to avoid the tariffs.
Yeah. That was good.
I did see his brother was speaking to news in Chicago because his brother's in Chicago, and they got the important question out of the way. He's a Sox fan.
Oh,
he's a White Sox fan.
Really?
Yeah, because they were saying about Cubs, and he goes, I don't know where they're getting that. He goes, I mean, my mom was a Cubs fan. He goes, but he's always been a Sox fan. He goes, our dad was a Cardinals fan.
Yeah, my favorite part about the whole thing was the internet and all the memes.
Yeah, I saw the one that you sent with the NFL draft.
I mean, how is this not a Vince Vaughn movie already? My brother, the Pope.
Yeah.
There was one guy, a dude, he's a big Bears fan. He's like, the Bears are so back.
Yeah. He's going to come and bless them.
Yeah.
I don't know what he does now. Like, does he come here? Because I remember when the Pope came here when I was a kid, when Pope John Paul came to Yankee Stadium, it was a big deal. All the schools got to go and see him, and it was a big deal. Now he's just American Pope.
Will they be as excited to see the Pope now that it's an American Pope?
Yes.
Yeah? Everybody, all worldwide?
No,
because it transcends?
The Catholics, I think, will be.
Yeah.
The Catholics will be, because although they were not very happy yesterday in the
crowd did not like it. Excited.
Yeah, but it's like they're in Italy. They want to see an Italian Pope. Or
there was one little pocket of Americans with a flag. They were jumping up, and everybody else just kind of looked just dead face in the thing.
I feel like all the other countries are like, is he fat? Is he a fat? You know what I mean? Like,
fat American Pope.
Is he going to be lazy?
I've got Donald Trump's tweet right after.
Oh, what did he say?
It says, congratulations to Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost, who was just named Pope. It is such an honor to realize he is the first American Pope. What excitement and what a great honor for our country. I look forward to meeting Pope Leo. It will be a very meaningful moment. The last thing is the best.
Pope Leo.
Yeah. It'll be a very meaningful moment.
You will want to meet me.
They needed the best Pope. I said American Pope.
We're making popes great again.
Got to be Pope.
That's great.
Speaking of President Donald Trump, he said Thursday that he is naming Fox News host Jeanine Pirro, a former county prosecutor and elected judge, to be the top federal prosecutor for the nation's capital after abandoning his first pick for the job. Pirro, who joined Fox News in 2006, co-hosts the network show The Five on weekday evenings. She was elected as a judge in New York's Westchester County Court in 1990 before serving 3 terms as the county's elected district attorney.
Basically, that's all we do is just pick people from Fox News now to do stuff. I can't wait till Carly Shimkus gets a job.
I would say, how is Hannity not upset? He's been so loyal to Trump.
Well, he's not a lawyer.
Yeah, true, but you don't really have to be.
Yeah, you do to be the top lawyer.
She was a judge and a prosecutor or district attorney, so.
I don't know what Hannity, I heard, from what I heard, though, is like advisor number 1.
Probably,
Oh, no, I heard he's there on the text chain every day. And
when all the January 6th stuff, Hannity was texting him you got to, shut this down. They're right there, one call away.
By the way, I talked about what a great producer Rob was, and Moose texted me, eat a dick.
No mention of Moose?
No, Moose stunk.
Oh,
I'm just
man.
kidding. Moose was around a long time. He got crappy pay, and he did a good job.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing.
He used to resize the hell out of pictures.
He did. I mean, think about it. Moose was doing all that stuff before it was easy.
Yeah.
Moose was resizing pictures when you needed to know how to resize a picture instead of being able to just do it with your thumbs on your phone.
Right.
I was talking to somebody about the audio stuff that we use here. And Carmen, I don't know whether you were involved in this or not, but whenever we used to have stuff on CD and you were recording stuff in and doing everything, I remember Spanish was doing it and recording everything in real time and everything. And I go, you're sitting there for the whole hour and recording? And he goes, yeah. And I go, watch this. And I went, click, click. And I sent it in.
Yeah.
And he goes, are you serious? I mean, it took hours and hours and hours for him to do it. And I clicked it and it takes less than 30 seconds. He goes, I didn't know that. I go, yeah, well, you can do that.
Hey, Spanish. Remember that guy?
Yeah, right?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's still
So
weird to me. He's just not here anymore.
And just disappeared.
Disappeared out of our lives.
Well, it's funny, too, because Gio and I went to the bare knuckle fighting, and that was the last time I hung out with Spanish, because Spanish and I didn't really hang out, me and him, if the show was doing something, whatever. But he came out, and it was literally, I think it was just me and my wife in Spanish, and it was when he was going through stuff and had the the head thing, the scratching and everything, and there was some money problems and everything, and I bought his stuff there, but that was the last time we hung out, and I thought about that when I was there. I was like, God, then that had to have been a year ago or whatever.
I did hang out with Spanish. I hung out with Spanish and Joe a lot, and now Joe's got a girlfriend, which is fine. Yeah. And I don't really, I don't hang out with Spanish at all. So things have just drastically changed.
Erased from existence.
Right. I mean, isn't it just the chair's empty one day.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's just it. We just moved on with life.
I don't know. I don't really like it, but it is what it is.
I don't like it to the point where I still hope Spanish is okay.
Yeah, sure. Same.
Yeah. I'm not mad at him. I've said that a million times, and I don't lose sleep over it, but I do hope he's okay.
To me, there was far more great Spanish as opposed to the period of time where
it's he went through something.
Yeah. So it just overall it sucks, I think, for me personally.
It's a weird situation.
Last time I texted him, I didn't get a response. I was like, all right, man, well,
Yeah, I wonder if
I'm not mad at him or
I wonder
anything.
if it's me he's mad at. I'm sure I'm the focus of his probably some of his problems.
Yeah, I don't really know.
When we all know the girlfriend is the problem. And nobody he doesn't want to be the one to ever admit that. So
I'm not mad at him. I've got nothing against if he wanted to hang out or something, I would meet up with him.
The girlfriend is the problem, and we only know that because of all the things he's told us.
Yeah. That's the
not
thing.
like we made it up. I thought she was great. I thought she was hot. The whole deal.
I was shocked at the stuff that he told us because I did not get that read on her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I didn't get any of that stuff.
I was like, really? Because normally I can be like, oh, yeah, crazy. You know, just pointing people out. As soon as I meet him, I go, yeah, but, blah, blah, blah. But her just seemed nice, and
But I mean, I even was only hung out with her maybe less than 10 times.
Right, that's the thing. We didn't know her enough to get any vibe off her.
And it was usually a station event or something.
And she was sweet and nice and, looked normal. And
Did you hang out with her on the cruise?
Yeah, that was the time. Okay. And after that, that's when my wife met her too. And she's like, oh, we should go out and hang out afterwards.
Yeah.
You're the one that should have been all over it.
What do you mean?
You hung out with them the most.
I
blame
Joe.
You should have came up to me on the side and said, we got problems.
You lived with both of them.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you're the worst.
You are. You did nothing.
Joe doesn't like to spill the tea.
That's true. That is
Joe
true.
doesn't like to be a disloyal person.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to come to me behind anybody's back. I don't buy, or you about me or whatever. Same
but
thing.
by not saying anything, that's kind of
It's his
disloyal.
Yeah, but Joe won't. He won't offer the information up, but if you ask him, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
But he's
I will
not
lie.
He's just not going to bring you the details.
I don't even know whether that's true. He doesn't really. Even if you ask him, he's like, "Well, I think."
So you got to dance around it. You got to dance with him a little bit.
I take it back.
Well, listen, it was a very awkward situation. I mean, if what am I supposed to do? Come in and say, What he's saying is not true.
Well,
that's true.
And then we have it. We got to fight and we're
Then
arguing.
they got to ride for an hour in the car every day.
But that's the thing, because 100%, almost all of us in here, if something came up and you go, that's not true. He's lying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We would do that because of that's how the
But
show is.
also, I don't have to go home with you.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the difference with Joe.
That's why we had the rule sanctity of home.
New rule. Nobody can live with anyone
It's
that
true.
works on the show.
I mean,
That's not good.
Unless you want to move in here, Carmen, then we'll change that rule.
Okay, deal. I
Thank
figured Joe was going to move in with you.
You did?
I mean,
Joe's the one that rose to the top on this whole thing. We all thought Joe was the problem. Now Joe drives himself.
The top, you say.
Uptick. Well, listen,
he went from having to be a lonely passenger with no car and late every day to driving his own car and getting here early. Hasn't been late one time.
And even with the part being flown in from Guyana or wherever it came in, he still would be here on time with the cars, with the Ubers and stuff.
This is true. And you have no idea how frustrating it was for me to get here late with him every day.
And never said anything, though.
Knowing it was not my fault.
We thought it was your fault.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Because he actually said a couple of
right.
times he was waiting for you.
That's right. He did. He lied.
That's where, like, if Galvin and I came together, I'd be like, I'll cover you, you cover me. But if the minute Galvin would have been like, Mike made it, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You son
Game
of a bitch.
over.
It's weird. It's a whole weird
I
situation.
can't stop thinking about what you told me during the break. Look at the TV. Galvin goes, hey, listen to this. You want to hear something shocking? Last night on the ACM Award, Bobby Bones made Jelly Roll sign a jar of jelly.
Oh, jeez.
There was just a commercial for jelly. It made me think of that.
It's like,
yeah. That Bobby Bones guy's weird.
But he's very popular.
Yeah, I don't have anything against him. I don't know him.
He's damn near Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why it's stuff like that where you just go, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
that's all it takes.
But like, was that his idea, or did some producer of the show say, "Here, we're going to have you"?
Either
do
way,
this?
if you would have brought me up, if you would have brought me a jar of jelly and said, "Hey, Jelly Roll, sign the jelly," I'd go, "Get out of my goddamn face with that."
fired.
Yeah.
I had Gretchen Wilson sign a pair of Walmart panties because or Kmart or whatever it was, because she sang about that in the song one time.
And now
I still have those songs.
Now she's the Masked Singer.
Now she's the Masked Singer. I thought one day she was going to be the next Dolly Parton, and I'm going to whip out them panties.
She was so good. Yeah,
She's
really
a great
thought.
singer.
What, boozy or what's her
I don't know,
problem?
but she said on the Masked Singer that she had gotten hurt and she was in a wheelchair for a while.
Oh, really?
Yes, I don't know what it was from. I don't remember, but
boozy.
Yeah,
maybe that. I don't know.
So I had a fun time with those guys, with Big and Rich and Gretchen Wilson. That was the best time I had with.
Yeah, that was a
country.
big movement for a while.
I was right in the middle of it, right as it was happening.
Those country, like, they know how to party.
Oh, John Rich used to threaten me.
Yeah.
He used to leave me messages. Callahan, it's John Rich, 2 a.m. My bus driver knows your address, and if you don't come and hang out with us, I'm going to drive my bus right through your goddamn gate. He used to leave me those mean messages. And I'd be like, okay, I'll be there. I'll be at the Dallas Bowl.
Now he's all laid back and conservative
and rich.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when money changes people.
Pretty much.
He's got his own whiskey, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all do.
He does. Full nude club Mons Venus and its fiery owner Joe Redner helped Tampa earn its reputation as the strip club capital of the country. Now, 2001 Odyssey plans to carry on the legacy because they have acquired the world famous Mons Venus.
That's crazy.
Right there on Dale Mabry. Yeah, the goal is to preserve the Mons Venus with some improvements instead of seeing it go into an out of town company coming in and taking it over.
Have you been to Mons Venus?
Yes.
A lot?
No.
Like how much? Like when you were in high school, or
Yeah.
Okay, when's the last time you went there?
I can't remember the last time.
I think I might have been there for Shine Box's Bachelor. Did we go there? No, we only went to 2001.
Yep.
Okay, then I don't think I've ever actually even been to Mons
First
Venus.
time right when I turned 18.
Moved here in 1989.
Yeah.
Been there one time.
Yeah.
And that was because I was dating a girl that worked there, and I went to pick her up. Joe?
Yes.
I know you probably have been there a couple of times.
Yeah, I've been there many times.
Well, how many times in the last 10 years?
0.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Like in the 90s, I was in there all the time.
The reputation is amazing.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like the Mona Lisa. You hear about the Mona Lisa and you're like, oh, this most famous piece of work. And then you go to France and you see the Mona Lisa and you're like, oh, it's much smaller than I thought. And there it is, just on the wall. And you're like, there, that's it. Mons Venus has by far the hottest chicks. There's no lie about that. Dude, I dated chicks in the 90s, like when I was single and I lived with Pete, that worked there, and the one girl that I dated was about Carmen size. Can I say that?
Okay.
I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna follow it up with something that you
Like
think I'm gonna
Wawa Carmen size?
No,
Or just
regular Carmen size.
Okay.
And she came home one night and she was like, I got to go to the gym. And I go, why? And she goes, the house mom told me I need to lose 5 pounds. And I'm like, you don't even look, you look great. And she's like, I know, but naked, I need to lose 5 pounds. And I went, 5 pounds. That's how they kept it hot at Mons Venus. But the problem at Mons Venus is it's too small. It's tight. Nobody wants to get a lap dance. Well, some other guy is 2 inches away from you.
Yeah,
and it's too small. I don't like it there. But I mean, if you want to go to a bachelor party, you got to go to both.
I'm surprised they never tried to expand it or make it larger. Or
why would they?
Yeah,
it was a cash cow.
That's true.
Well, I mean, they have the jukebox there they make the money off of. They have the girls there they make the money off of. Why would they change a goddamn thing?
Yeah, and it's like the old saying, nobody goes there anymore. It's too crowded.
Yeah. But when they say world famous, they are world famous.
Sure.
Yeah,
everybody knows
absolutely.
A couple of things. One, it was full nude with hot chicks. Sometimes you get full nude and it's like bullet wounds and stretch marks.
Yeah.
They had full nude and hot chicks. Then 2001 opened up across the street, or whatever, the fact that it was across the street and also full nude, that's when that corridor became known as Little Street. And it's 2 minutes from the airport. So it's the first thing people see when they get off the airplane. So now I think the only logical step with 2001 owning Mons Venus is to build a walkway across Del Mabry.
Yeah.
Like
right?
Vegas?
Like they have down the block on Yankee Stadium.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right, from Raymond James to the Steinbrenner Field. They should have one over there from 2001 to Mons Venus.
Makes sense.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like the idea. I mean, I'm not going anytime soon, but I like the idea that it's staying local.
I actually think we should go
Yeah?
for research reasons.
Support him.
I would like to go to a strip club, but I don't know. Like, it's weird. Penthouse Club, I've been there a bunch of times, but it's never like a strip club to me. It's just like a club with hot girls walking around in lingerie.
Yeah, for a while, that was a great hang.
Yeah.
When Maria was there.
Yeah, Maria really took care of us.
Yeah. What was the best strip club you've ever been to? In what city, what town? Do you remember? Do you know?
Yeah, it was the one in Atlanta.
Tattletales?
No. The one that was
Cheetah? The original, the Cheetah, Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta.
Stinky Pinkies?
Atlanta. Wow.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of beautiful women, obviously, in Atlanta, and it's such a huge area and stuff. So you're getting the tippity tip top from all over. Yeah, that was pretty wild. I mean, Vegas obviously has some, but there's also Vegas has, a lot of stab wounds and stuff too.
Well, Vegas was hot chicks, but it's like it's really expensive and you get nothing.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, and that's the same way, you talk about the reputation and stuff. Spearmint Rhino was the same way, just packed in there.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even get through, and you're like, all right, what's happening here? This is,
I've honestly never been like strip club guy. I don't think I've been to ones outside of this area.
Most of the time, I would say 90% of my strip club going has been for work reasons.
Same.
I know that sounds like a joke, but the truth is that we did a lot of that stuff, especially when I was at the Power Pig days.
Probably most times I've been, I was getting paid for an event.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, like, I'd like to go now every once in a while. I'd like to blow in and just see what's going on, look at naked girls. But my old nanny works there, and I'm afraid I'm going to see her. And I'm like,
yeah, but she works there.
No, I know, but I don't know. It just was weird to me. The last time I went there was, I think Drew, somebody had a gig there, and we went there. It was me and Swigs, and I think maybe Deepa Squally, and we went there to the gig. And I just felt old and gross. Like, all those girls seemed so young to me, and I just felt like an old, gross guy. Like, I didn't want to be there. It's different when you go there, like, with a bachelor party or something, everybody's a little drunk, and you're like, hey, we got singles, But when you're just rolling up in there as regular dude to hang out, it's just weird.
The best in the world when Maria was there is that she would have us out for UFC.
Yeah.
And pay us to be there, open tab, watch UFC with a bunch of strippers.
And a steak. Don't forget the steak.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
The food there was great.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. My brother owns strip clubs, and I think I've been into his strip clubs maybe a dozen times in my entire life.
If I were you, I'd be rolling in there going, hey, I can tell my brother about you.
It was so funny, though, and none of them knew. Like, if we went in together, none of the girls knew that he was the owner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no idea.
Right.
Yeah. If you live in Virginia, the amount of time your child can be on social media will soon be limited by law. Beginning next year, minors under the age of 16 will be banned from using social media for more than 1 hour per day.
How do they How do they?
I have no idea how you're doing
around there.
They'll have to be, but if you sign up for an account and you're under a minor account,
right? You got to change your age.
You have to change your age.
Yeah,
and you're probably gonna have to have age verification, just like the porn sites.
Well, the good thing about it is people under 16 don't know how to use social media or how to use
how to work around.
Yeah, work around that. Like, come on, get out of here.
It'll be age verification.
And where was that? Virginia?
Yeah, in Virginia.
Yeah, they're like we're at the bottom of the education list. We got to do something.
Go learn how to churn butter or something.
Go outside and make a fort, kids.
This is crazy, man. This is just, I'm sure you probably saw it on social media. One Frontier passenger was in for a nightmare when he tried to check in for his flight from Raleigh, North Carolina to Boston last Friday. Per the New York Post, the man who did not want to be identified arrived at the airport about 50 minutes before his flight. When he tried to check in at the electronic kiosk, he wasn't able to, as he had missed his airline's 60-minute pre-departure window, which he said he was not aware of. That said, he tried to check in with a Frontier employee. That's where everything went wrong. She told him that there would be a $25 fee. Per the airline's website, the fee is known as a prepaid airport agent assistance charge. When he inquired more about the charge, the agent and the coworkers started taking cracks at the man. Listen to this audio. This is a guy who is late for his flight, didn't realize he was supposed to be there, then is paying for the fee and trying to get on his flight. And these two workers are talking to him.
It's like 4 workers. It's the 2 that you'll hear in the thing. It's another one that is staying there and is silent. Another guy yelling from a distance.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Yells at the end. Yeah, so take a listen. Here we go.
The Mayday flight, you did, and you think you're gonna check me in? I bet you we won't. Hey?
I paid for a ticket.
And you paid $25 for an agent assist fee, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that I
was gonna get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you were gonna get on your flight. And you thought you were gonna get on your flight. And you thought you were gonna get on your flight.
And then they're laughing.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you decided that you ain't going to let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space.
This is my stationery.
This is not your personal space.
Stationary.
You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job for a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home. I'm literally here at Frontier. I bought a ticket, and they are not letting me check in for no reason whatsoever.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
I've already bought a ticket. I've literally already bought a ticket, and this is your reaction.
Yeah, this is the frustration that most of us have been through at one point in our lives with Frontier, with Spirit, with Southwest. One of these airlines, now Southwest certainly not as bad as Spirit and Frontier, but what is the other one? There's another one that leaves out of St. Pete Clearwater that's awful. Frontier is what you get at the counter in most of these places, and it is just awful to deal with.
The employees who work for a third-party contractor are no longer associated with Frontier.
I saw that video. One of the employees is also filming with her phone.
And just laughing and.
So, but they didn't really lose their jobs. They're just not with Frontier.
Well, they're third-party contractors, so they're no longer associated with Frontier.
They probably just moved them somewhere else.
Yeah,
I went to Spirit Airlines. I had to fly into Spirit because it flew into Atlantic City, which is near where my grandmother was. And I was flying up to bring my grandmother back here, and she was in a wheelchair at the time. So I'm driving a rental car. The rental car building is separate from the airline. So I take my grandmother, get her out of the car, put her in a wheelchair, and wheel her inside the airport. Then I go, Graham, you wait here. I'm going to go return the car. It's raining outside. I go across the street, return the car, walk across to where my grandmother is, go up to the counter. I still have 55 minutes left before the flight. And the woman says, "Oh, Tampa, it's closed." And I go, "What do you mean it's closed?" And she goes, "We called for you." And I go, "I was returning a rental car." And she goes, "Well, you need to be here an hour." I go, "I was here an hour." I go, "In fact, I wheeled my grandmother in and I let her so she didn't have to be wheelchaired through the rain to get here." And they were like, "Well, it's too late. It's closed." I'm like, "How is it closed? I have 2 tickets on this flight and I have 55 minutes before." And it's Atlantic City Airport. You walk through the gate and onto the airplane. It's not like you have to walk through the whole airport. I couldn't believe that this woman would not, and we ended up not getting on the flight. I had to get an Uber and have the Uber take me to Newark and then get on a different flight on a different airline from Newark. I'll never fly Spirit
But
again.
they don't care. She don't
They don't
care.
care.
No, there's
They
no
don't care.
like loyalty to the company. He's like, I'll just get another job if I get fired here today.
Yep.
Well, and everything is in their policies. So him being like, oh, you being there at 55 and not 60, then they just hold that. And they're like,
Right.
well, you weren't here early enough. Can't do anything. And you're
But
like-
here's the thing, Carmen, and you're right. And but I was there early, and the fact that I had an 88-year-old woman who was and it was raining outside. Like there's certain times where you go, yeah, we have a policy for an hour, but it's pouring outside,
Right.
and this guy has a woman in a wheelchair with him. Maybe we give him a little bit of the benefit, and we say, okay, I understand you had some issues.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
Like it's the customer service side of things. Like you have to remember not everything.
It's still a job. It's still a company.
But didn't you hear what she was saying to him? Bet I won't check you in. Bet I won't check you in. Bet I won't check you in. Because like that's customer service.
At the airport, though, they know they always have the upper hand. Like if you lose your
Nothing
mind,
you can do.
What are you going to do? Get your own plane?
Exactly.
Good luck.
So I'm sure it's fun to mess with people if you're on that side of the counter.
It was real frustrating to watch that video yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want those girls to be fired. I want them to be whipped.
No.
Or hit with a chair or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I want them to be hurt. Is what I want. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you were there, there's no how you could even control yourself without going just biting through the desk.
Well, that guy knew he remained calm.
Yeah,
he knew he was
It's
filming.
the airport has the upper hand. You lose your mind, you're going to jail.
Carmen, I know that with the football, the high school football, that the helmets are very expensive. I may have a line on some for you.
Please.
Coaches at Lakeland High School were preparing for spring training last month when they suddenly noticed several of their football helmets were missing. The strange realization prompted them to pull surveillance video, which showed Azadreen Yard, an assistant football coach and janitor at the school, loading about 40 helmets into his car.
What's his name?
Azadreen
I used to take that
Yard.
for my blood pressure.
Investigators said that they learned the Yard made seven different trips to secondhand sporting goods stores in Brandon and Lakeland, where he sold the stolen football helmets for less than $1,000. So he had 40 of them for less than $1,000. They're like what, 300 or more?
$400. Yeah.
He's no longer an employee with the school and now is facing multiple felony
He's going to
charges.
go work for Frontier.
Probably.
Yeah. What a scumbag. Stealing from kids.
Yeah.
Stealing from kids.
Yeah.
What about stealing from kids? What about sending pictures to kids? The Polk County Sheriff's Office said a Lakeland man was arrested for exchanging nude photos with a teenage girl and possessing child pornography. PCSO said April 25th, deputies were told by a relative of the 16-year-old girl that Harold Title, 33, was having inappropriate conversations with her, and there were explicit photos and videos were exchanged. Title was an assistant softball coach for the Lakeland Girls Softball League Bad Intentions team. Yeah.
Bad intentions?
Bat intentions. He was known to the victim and her family. Detectives learned that Title allegedly solicited pictures from the victim via Snapchat. Title also allegedly sent nude photos of himself to the girl. When deputies contacted Title and mentioned Snapchat, Title told the deputy he knew why the deputy was speaking to him. Officials said the Title confessed to sending nude photos of himself to the victim and asking the victim to send nude photos to him. PCSO charged Title with unlawful use of two-way communication device, transmitting material harmful to a minor, and 4 counts of possession of child pornography. He has been booked into the Polk County Jail.
What do you do?
Oh, I lose my mind.
I know, but
I want to just kill this guy.
I wonder if I could kill him or if I'm smart and I got to call the cops because.
I find out,
my first inclination would be to kill him.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I'd be level-headed about it enough to go.
I'm probably calling Dom and asking him, like, if I did this, what would happen for this.
I'm not calling Dom. I'm calling Pete and going, hey,
Yeah.
you know anybody that can come into town this weekend?
I mean, my daughters have all played sports. They've had coaches for years. This is why I don't let them on social media.
This is why all my daughters' coaches are women.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, but again, like we hear about female teachers getting with like young boys all the time, even girls. So
And female coaches or male coaches, whatever, with their partner,
Right.
and they're like,
Yeah.
let me get some pictures from my partner, or whoever.
Yeah, I'm just not letting my kids on social media. My son's on now because he's 18, but my daughters don't have Snapchat or any of that stuff.
But it's- They
don't?
No, because of this right here.
What were you going to say, Carmen?
I was going to say it's crazy because we hear about this happening so much.
And how many do we not hear about?
How many do we not hear about? But also, what is the solution? How do you fix it? Because all the teachers have to go through extensive background checks with the county and state and stuff
Right.
like that. They have to be fingerprinted and they have to have like their full record exposed, everything. But like, how do you stop this from happening? Because it happens way too much.
It's the access. You have to figure out how to block their access to your child. And for me, like I said, social media, I just don't let my kids on it.
How do you not let you? I mean, like, how do you get away with not letting your kids on social media? They're not furious with you. They're not doing it behind your back.
No, not because it's my phone that I gave them. I'm paying for the phone. So if they want to buy their own $1,200 phone and pay the bill every month, then go ahead and be on social media. But you're on my phone that I pay
You're
for.
a real dad.
Yeah, because I see these stories all the time, and I don't want coaches sending my daughters pictures of their wieners.
Yeah. God.
I just feel like that is the easiest way to get to kids like that and put them in that situation is let them have social media.
I feel like though my daughter would say something to me. I feel like we have a good enough relationship where she would be like, "Hey, I got something weird."
But at that point, it's too late. She's already getting the stuff.
Can you imagine this scenario? Just imagine this. You walk into your daughter's room, or she has the door open or something, or her back's to you, and she's on her phone, and you see something, and you go, "Hey," and she puts it under her pillow.
Yeah.
And you're like, "What is that?" And she's like, "What? Nothing." Is that? Could you imagine?
No, and that's the other thing. I've got a stop and grab policy where I could just take the phones and look at them at any time, and they never have any problem with that. They're like, "Here, whatever."
I'm the same. Yes,
they're always like, "Don't send anybody anything."
Yeah.
Well, I found out, I saw this, and again, it wasn't in Florida, but it was a guy who was a student counselor at a high school, and he said the new thing now is using Google Maps or GPS things because you can share pictures at locations and like reviews, quote unquote. So kids now are using like remote locations that no one thinks of looking at or goes to.
Right.
And they're
put the pictures there.
And they're putting pictures there and sending like, let's meet here at this time. Like they're using it as a messaging device.
Yeah.
In Google Maps, and no one is controlling it because it's an open forum. And again, it wasn't in Florida. This was a student counselor in, I can't remember, it was a northern state, but he was like, that's the new trend.
I'm more worried about your kids than I am mine. Because your kids, they don't have access to it, so I feel like they're sneaky doing it.
No, I trust them.
Yeah, you probably have that good relationship with them, and they're not. But that's the situation I'd be worried about. Like I'd be worried about my kids if I said no, that they'd be like trying to do it behind my back.
Yeah, I watch. Like I said, I'll look at their phones from time to time. They know that I can grab it at any time.
Yeah.
So I usually don't. But if I found out they had signed up for social media accounts, that'd be their end of the phone.
They don't have any social media.
No.
Oof.
Zero.
And in their teenage years.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because also a lot of the bullying, that's how that happens as well.
Sure.
With just amongst the kids in the school.
Yeah.
It seems like anytime there's any problem at school, it starts or it was instigated through social media.
Yeah.
When I hear the stories, and then on top of that, you got these coaches and teachers sending 15-year-old girls pictures of their.
You're
wieners.
an old school dad.
Listen, if it makes me uncool dad, because
No, I didn't say uncool. I'm just saying you're a good dad.
That's really the only thing I don't budge on is social media because I just don't. I trust my daughters.
Not even Instagram.
No.
Oh my god.
I trust my daughters. I don't trust the creeps that are trying to get them.
Yeah.
So why put
you
them out
saw
there?
the way we all went after your sister, like
Yeah,
like
it's
a piece of meat in the piranha water.
People are creeps, man, and that they actively prey on minors on these apps.
Interesting.
This guy doesn't seem like he's good at his job, and his job is being a criminal and a drug addict, whatever. 38-year-old man in Kansas named Gordon Pierce stole a rare 800-pound Spanish-American war cannon from the park in Wichita. He wasn't a history buff or anything. He actually owed a drug dealer about $20,000 and was worried the man was going to kill him and his family if he didn't pay. Gordon told the police he was scouting copper statues to steal and make back the money. In April, he spotted the cannon and figured that might do the trick. Got a homeless person to help him rip it out of the ground. He used a chain and a Chevy Tahoe to drag it away, then got some tools and cut it up into like 4 or 5 pieces. He took the pieces to the dealer, the drug dealer, to show him that he was working on his debt, and the dealer called the plan, quote, stupid. A friend turned Gordon in, and he was charged with theft of property, aggravated criminal damage, and possession of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's not a very good friend.
Yeah.
Turn him in.
It's a drug addict.
Was it made out of copper?
I don't even know
if it even was.
I guess that it probably was. That's what he, or at least copper plated or something. But
man, those drug addicts will find precious metals in anything. Yeah.
A mother in Sweden was convicted of harassment and was ordered to pay her daughter $2,000 for posting a video to TikTok of her cracking an egg on the kid's head.
Remember that was the thing? That's one of the funniest things.
The woman insisted it was a harmless prank, but she was convicted of harassment and had to pay her daughter $2,000.
So
I love the one where they're throwing the marshmallows, trying to people catch marshmallows, and they swap it out with an egg one of the times.
JoJo did that with her daughter, and it was very funny. I love those little egg videos where they smash the kids over. He's like, why'd you do that?
The Who announced their North American farewell tour.
Again.
Is this another one?
Oh, yeah. I saw the last farewell tour.
It'll kick off in Florida, actually, on August 16th in Sunrise, Florida. Roger Daltrey is 81 years old. Pete Townsend turns 80 later this month.
Yeah.
So the Who.
They don't have many years left.
Yeah, and they're fighting with their drummer.
Yeah.
Doing all that stuff. Metallica played the show the other night, and they set off a seismograph during the show at Lane Stadium in Blacksburg, Virginia.
I saw that. That was during Enter Sandman. It was so loud.
Because isn't that their walk-up song? Isn't that their...
Yeah.
So they're even more into it, and everybody jumping and bouncing and doing that. And
they're saying they're going to add that to the new college football video game that's coming out.
Oh, really?
With the intro, with the actual song. I guess Metallica... release the song to them to use.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I've been seeing some clips from Metallica just played Nashville. I kind of really want to go now. It looks like a good time.
You're at least going to see.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Limp Bizkit for sure that night.
I'm going both nights.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be great.
But the stage looks cool. Metallica sounds great. Limp Bizkit I was just some clips. They sound great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I haven't heard from Patrick Smith yet.
Yeah.
So,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If you don't know, now you know. Mother's Day is this Sunday, and if you're planning on celebrating with your mother in your life, then there are 3 things you can do. Buy a gift, plan some time with her, and give her the day off. That's a big thing. Lots of people go for the gift route, something like flowers, a card, a meal out, something like that. The National Retail Federation says consumer spending on Mother's Day is expected to reach how much this year for Mother's Day? Just take a wild guess of how much they say that people will spend on Mothers this year.
With the tariffs, it's hard to figure out.
$200?
No. Like world, the national.
Total.
Yeah.
I would say hundreds of millions.
Oh, billions.
Billion, yeah.
I'll say like $2 billion.
$34.1 billion this year, which is up from last year, $33.5 billion. Down from 2023, though. It was $35.7 billion.
I think they're worth it.
You were right, though, Gio. On average, people are planning to spend around $259 on Mother's Day gifts and celebrations, about 5 more than their budget last year. The NRF says thoughtful gifts are popular. 48% of people want to give something that's unique or different. 42% find a gift that creates a special memory, and 36% of men are looking to give a gift experience, like a spa day or something like that. Some of the different stuff. New list of trending Mother's Day activities include craft and cooking classes, going to see a show, or doing a little wine tasting.
We're going to dinner.
Yeah, we're going to dinner.
We got Jews on Saturday, the rest on Sunday. And we got double dinners. That's all we're doing.
All right.
Anything that was suggested that we should do this, or did you ask your wife, or did?
No. So we were out on Easter for Easter Sunday dinner, and I said, you know what, I should plan ahead for Mother's Day now so that we don't get shut out somewhere. And I said, I'm going to make plans for Mother's Day, and my wife said, okay, cool. And then I said, should we invite my son's girlfriends and her mother, you know? And so we're doing that. We've never met her. It'll be the first time we meet her. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a big event then.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
They've been together a while.
Oh, what if you hate the mother?
I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to, but even if I did, what's the difference?
It's just a one-off if you don't like her.
Most of the parents think they already know me anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
And they've already decided whether or not they like me. So the simple fact that she's coming, it makes me feel better.
Bring another bottle of that Merlot. Give me some of that peanut grigio.
Yeah, I don't know. She seems like a very nice, and the kid's great. Her daughter's great. So I think that will be fine. You know, usually that's a good extension of the parent.
Moms online suggest keep it simple, like going on a peaceful, no complaints hike. You love doing the hike.
Jesus Christ.
You could also go sightseeing, go to a park, or plan a picnic.
Yeah.
Dogs rolling?
Dogs rolling, baby.
7-Eleven?
Yep.
Nice sunrise, sunset.
These people clearly don't know my wife.
Or make a memory, do something different, unexpected. Practical gifts are also great. Like things for around the house.
Don't get your wife anything around the house for Mother's Day.
Did you see what my brother posted the other day?
No.
He goes, I already got his wife's, he goes, I already got her a Mother's Day present. It's one of the Roombas.
Yeah, don't get your wife anything that has to do with cleaning.
No.
Or any of that stuff.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous. That should be the basic.
Something I got for Christmas that I absolutely love was my foot massager.
Yeah.
Ian Beckles, and that is a great gift. You know what I mean? Because
You're welcome.
that was from Ian Beckles.
I know, but I almost bought it first, and then he stole it right out from underneath me.
Okay, well,
Carmen, will Chad get you anything being a dog mom?
no. Yeah, no. He's
Chad's like he keeps you in line like Gio does with his kids.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Chad lets you on social media.
Wait. No, I mean, we might do we're going to go see his mom. You know what I mean? So we'll go out to eat with her and stuff like that. But
She doesn't mind going out to eat with the White Devil?
no. I even told Chad, I was like, listen, if you just want some mother-son time, I will totally stay home.
Yeah. Because you hate his mom.
No, I just want to give them the option and let them know, I don't have to come. And he was like, no, you're coming. You have to come. I was like, okay.
Interesting.
So, yeah. But no, he'll probably say, Happy Dog Mom Day or something. That's it.
And then also keep this in mind. A recent survey says mothers said they would trade gifts for free time. So instead of getting a gift, they just want to be left alone. But also they say family time and personal time where they enjoy some downtime and stuff.
We're pretty good at taking alone time here in the house.
Yeah.
Like my wife could just be like, I need to go lay down. All right, go lay down. You know what I mean? Like everybody's pretty independent here.
Yeah, we don't get very upset if someone says that that.
No. Like I have a pretty solid 8 o'clock bedtime, after Jeopardy's over. Sometimes I'll hang around and we'll watch a little TV if something riveting like The Masked Singer is on.
My wife will get pissed off sometimes because I'll just disappear upstairs and fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you didn't even tell me you were going to bed.
Oh, no. It's a project before I go to bed. I got to shut all the lights, lock the doors, kiss everybody goodnight 4 times.
You know what I do a lot? And because it's playoffs right now, it's playoff hockey and playoff basketball, and I'm always watching that whenever my wife comes in. I go, you want to watch something else? And she's like, yeah. And I go, okay. And I go to put something on, and then I go, I go into the bedroom and I watch whatever I want to watch.
If you hear The Godfather playing upstairs, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
I do the same thing every night. I get into bed, watch a little of something, then eventually I put Seinfeld on and go to bed.
I've got a rotation of 3 or 4 movies.
Yeah.
And it's the same 3 or 4 movies that I watch to go to sleep to.
By the way, I finished 4 seasons.
It's great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good.
It's a really good series on Netflix with Tina Fey and Will Arnett and
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell plays the cool guy.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he's such a nerd in The Office. But it's good. It's definitely a good show. How about they dragged out old ass Alan Alda?
Yeah.
I mean, he
was shaking a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like to see him that old.
No, I feel bad.
Especially whenever you don't see him for a while. And then you see him and you're like, oh, yeah, he's a lot older.
You don't want to remember him like that.
Right, yeah.
My first thought was, how did we not put him on the death pool? And he's been on the show. He's worth some points.
Yeah.
And he's an Emmy Award winner.
And he reminds me of my dad a little bit, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Your dad to me, whenever you talk about your dad, I picture the governor from Benson.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. That's who I just. And then I see your dad, and I'm like, oh no, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has that.
He has
vibe
presidential head.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It's very much so.
We got to do a little something.
Yeah, that is it for news.
Oh, yeah. You guys ready?
Oh, are we ready? We're waiting on it. We're just at the edge of our seats.
Well, something.
Here we go, Bone fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
plan. This hour's keyword is plan. Plan. Head over to the 102.5 The Bone app now and enter plan before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone Bonus could be yours.
All right, go get it. Monday, about this time, we're going to announce a major event that the Bone has planned for a weekend. I'll give you that. I've said too much already. It is something we've never done before. We are going to. I don't even know what I can say. It's going to involve drinking. It's going to involve music. It's going to involve our show. It's going to involve other shows. It's going to be. It's going to be
big event.
It's going to be a big event, and it's something we've never done before, and it is going to be free and open to everyone. However, there will be a first come, first serve portion of it.
Gotcha.
So you're going to want to
caps it off.
Oh, but I mean, it is.
I feel like you're just trying to give too much information away.
I just want everybody to know that Monday is going to be good. We're going to give it out on Monday.
Yeah,
and I'm not building up. On Monday, I'm going to tell you. You're not going to go. Oh, it's going to be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Can you tell me today?
Yes.
I would like to get that on the calendar.
Sometime today. I'll see. I'll see when they let me tell you. What do you think the chances of Kevin Smith coming here and being here within the next 12 minutes are?
There's no way.
Oh, Joe says no way.
I mean, I'm waiting to hear back.
Kevin Smith stiffed us twice on the air.
I mean, I guess you could call it stiffed us.
Supposed to be on the show and then didn't come on the show.
Yeah.
Twice in 1 week.
I didn't realize at the time he was on the West Coast and was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to call in.
I think he's nuts for doing that.
Yes.
I appreciate him more than he'll ever know, but I think he's nuts for doing that. So, Kevin Smith, after stiffing us twice, we said, okay, let's try Jay Muse. He'll be in town with Kevin. And then Jay stiffed us.
Yeah.
So we realized that's not going to work. And then Kevin said, I'll be in Orlando. I'll drive over and come on the show. And we said, Kevin, we like you too much to ask you to get up and drive here from Orlando. And he said, no, I want to. And we said, we get it, but it's just too much. And yet he insisted on doing it.
And he's doing a screening of Dogma tonight.
Right.
2 shows, sold out. So
yeah.
you
doesn't need to come on the show. He's not trying to sell tickets. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like I gave him several opportunities, like an out.
Yes.
And he didn't take it.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Here's the thing. If he did not show up today, I would still love Kevin Smith.
Same.
Yeah, I do not. I still think he's a great person.
Did you
makes
hear
great
that?
movies.
He's turning around. He's like, oh, thank God.
We think that he's on the way.
Yes.
En route.
We'll see.
All right.
All right. Meanwhile, Jay Muse, they came after us to have him on the show. And we were like, oh, yeah, all right, we'll do it. Yeah. And then he bailed on us.
I was told that his child was sick. He's got a young baby.
I got sick kids, too.
And he was also on the West Coast. So he was also getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to call in.
That's just a bad idea.
Yeah, it really it's not good.
No, I mean, can you imagine sleeping and having to get up, brush your teeth, put a hair on, or fix your hair or whatever.
Go be funny.
And then go be funny. And then when you're done, you're like, do I go back to bed now? What do I do? Am I up now?
It was like, his young child was sick all night and he overslept through the alarm.
No, I don't get mad at people for that.
Yeah.
I don't. Although I am very surprised that Bert and Tom did it.
Yeah.
And they did it so diligently.
Yeah.
I would like to open up the phone lines, but I don't feel like we're going to get any phone calls on this.
Okay.
I would like to call and talk to anyone female-wise that has worked for Mons Venus and worked for 2001 and find out what the difference is from the stripper's point of view.
Oh, they're all sleeping.
Or just coming home, getting off that cocaine high.
Yeah.
I mean, is it like Burger King, McDonald's? Same kind of thing? There's always a Burger King across the street from McDonald's.
Right. Like there's one
sauce.
One treating you better than the other one. One has a DJ, one has a jukebox.
Have you ever been up in the spaceship?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Just wondering.
Don't worry about it.
Can I be honest with you? I banged in the spaceship.
Oh.
It wasn't a worker though. It wasn't a stripper. It was when we did Toys for Boobs.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
In the spaceship.
In the spaceship, yeah.
I remember the spaceship was in the Tony Hawk video game.
I'm not the only one who's banged in the spaceship.
That's really not a badge of honor. A lot of people have.
Yeah. We just, I met this girl. I knew this girl. She had come around, hung out or whatever. And we went in there during the day, and she's like, I've never been up there. And I'm like, let's go look up there. And we went up there, and we ended up.
Have you ever read the history of that? It's not really a spaceship.
Yes. They were little pods that people lived in.
They were like modular homes.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And there was one that was left over, and they put it up there as a UFO.
I wonder if people know that they can actually go in there or if they think it's just for aesthetics.
I think everybody knows.
But it looks
anybody local knows.
It looks so small to me, like the first time because you have to go up like a narrow staircase to get there. And then you go in there, and it's just a round room with dividers. And you just go in between the dividers. That's the spot to get a lap dance in.
Yeah.
Either that or the back rooms. I'm not into that getting a lap dance in front of everybody kind of thing.
What a great gimmick, though. Spaceship on top of your
Spaceship.
club. Yeah.
Yeah. 2001 Odyssey.
Yeah, like I said, it was in the Tony Hawk video game.
Oh, I remember.
Tampa was one of the levels.
Yeah, I remember.
And you could skate around the top
that
of the
spaceship.
spaceship.
The greatest game ever.
Yeah, they're redoing it. It's coming back out on, I think, PS5 and stuff.
I think it's got to make an appearance in the new GTA, too.
Probably, yeah.
Because the new GTA is all Florida.
Did you see the trailer for that?
I did, yeah.
It looks pretty crazy.
It looks insane.
Yeah.
That's not until next year, though, right?
They pushed it back because they said it wasn't ready.
Yeah. That's got a lot going into it.
It's been 10 years they've been working on this game now. Yeah. And I've heard that might have to pay monthly to play it, which I mean,
that would make sense because they're going to make $1 gazillion off it.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We got to take a break. We may or may not have Kevin Smith in the studio.
Shut up, Joe.
When we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Stingray Chevrolet presents Calta Cruise 19. Calta Cruise 19 is happening on April 9th, 2026 for a 4-night cruise. We'll be on the Royal Caribbean Explorer of the Seas, departing from Port Canaveral and heading to Coco Cay and Nassau. And we'd love for you to join the party. You can book right now. Email caltacruise@gmail.com to put your deposit down today. Calta Cruise 19. Brought to you by Stingray Chevrolet, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4 exit 22, Plant City. For all the details, visit theboneonline.com. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Southbound Del Mabry, an accident at Lutz Lake Fern Road. Very slow going, pretty much stop and go traffic, and that has backups all the way to County Line Road. Avoid that if you can. Also, watch for a wreck causing delays eastbound Brandon Boulevard at Valrico Road. Crews trying to clear that up right now. Still going to see some delays in the area. 275, 75, and I-4 in pretty good shape. No problems with the toll roads. Pinellas County checking in accident-free. Howard Franklin Bridge, Courtney Campbell Causeway, and Gandy Bridge all running up to speed. I'm Monica with traffic. This report brought to you by Renewal by Anderson of Tampa. Buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus, $0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Check them out at rbafla.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Prestige Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prestige Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prestige Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 813-499-2888. 813-499-2888 to restore your sex life in just one visit. Call now. 813-499-2888.
If you've listened to my show for a while, then you know that I enthusiastically endorse Stingray Chevrolet, and I do consider Steve Hurley a good friend, and I trust his advice. And I hope you trust mine, because I'll give you some advice right now. If you're even considering buying a new car in the next few months, do it now and go straight to Stingray Chevrolet, because incentives are great, inventory is great, and not only is Stingray offering huge discounts, but you won't pay a pricey dealer fee. Listen, I've been harping on this no dealer fee for a while, but I really want you to understand the significance of their no dealer fee policy. It's an automatic savings of $1,000 to $1,500. Other dealers tack this fee onto the negotiated price, but you won't pay it at Stingray. Hey, no one has a crystal ball, and we don't know what the car market will be like down the road, but my advice is to strike while the iron is hot and choose the right dealer, and the right dealer is Stingray Chevrolet. StingrayChevrolet.com, Tampa Bay's big store on I-4, exit 22, Plant City. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Sometimes the easy route is not the best route. If you're at a home improvement store and decide to get a quote on replacement windows or doors, this might seem like you can save some time and money. But think this through. Why would you get your windows from a place that doesn't specialize in windows and doors? That's why you need to call my friends at WeatherTight Windows. This is all they do. They do it right. Call my buddy WeatherTight Mike and save yourself some hassle.
WeatherTightWindows.com. WeatherTight Windows.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
From Saturday Night Live and his multiple Netflix specials, Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Straz Center, Saturday, December 6th. Tickets on sale now at strazcenter.org.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming. You can skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, it's JP. You can say goodbye to the stress that comes along with showings, open houses, and costly home repairs. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate will sell your home fast and for maximum value. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home for top dollar. Just go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Running a fleet is expensive. So what happens when you cut the fuel bill by 10% with a Coast Fleet Card?
We're saving money and time, which means we're able to take better care of all of our vehicles and our techs, plus our bottom line. Coast has been a real game changer for us.
With Coast, you get smarter spending, stronger security, and real support when you need it. Set spending limits, track purchases in real time, and stop unauthorized transactions before they happen. Coast works anywhere Visa is accepted, so you're not limited to overpriced or out-of-the-way gas stations.
The customer service is way above the company that we used before. Along with the extra security, it's worth saying again, total game changer for us.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. Actual savings may vary. See terms at coastpay.com. The spokesperson and characters in this ad are actor portrayals.
Mobile service is here at Jerry-owned Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We come to you at your home or office. That means you can save even more time and money with your next service experience with no more wait times. We'll come at your convenience to your home or office. Then we'll perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. See just how easy and convenient it can be for yourself. Schedule mobile service with Jerry-owned today. Online at jerryom.com. Tampa is home country.
See dealer for complete details.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
John Setting here. Are you ready to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Well, pick up your phone right now and text the word TRUST to 20129. That's TRUST to 20129.
I'm honored by the number of referrals that Bernetti PA gets from others in our legal profession. We have represented clients referred to us by other law firms and even represented judges. They've called us. Why shouldn't you? Call 1-800-BURNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
At Brandon Honda, get 0 down, 0 security deposit, 0 first payment, 0 do-it signing. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Get a brand new CRV for just $199 per month. New Accords are just $189 per month. Or get a new Civic for an incredible $169 per month. We're approving all credit applications, and we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-575-7725 for more information.
Give Mom a gift that will last a lifetime. Enter to win Mom a chance at a $250 gift card and a grand prize $2,000 gift card from the Gold and Diamond Source. Visit the boneonline.com contest page. Happy Mother's Day from the Gold and Diamond Source. Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Are you looking for the best advice on home financing? Tune in every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock on 102.5 The Bone. With over 35 years in the mortgage business, the Loan Arranger is your key to smart financing.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, it's the Mike Calta Show.
.16 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone. Joe just came in so fast that his hair was blown in the wind. Carmen, if you had to guess who sings this song, what would you guess?
Whitesnake.
Ooh, close. Not really close at all.
Well, same genre, you know.
Any other guess?
So it's definitely a hair band.
Yep.
I have no idea.
They have been on the show before. They have been in studio over here.
The entire band.
Yeah.
I'm sending you mind bullets right now, Carmen. I'm trying to make you think of it.
They are from New Jersey.
Ooh, Bon Jovi. No.
Ooh, no.
No.
I know. I don't know any other hair bands but Whitesnake.
Whitesnake, that's where you go?
Yeah.
Ah, that's the name.
Skid Row.
Skid Row.
Oh, boo.
Boo. How dare you? How dare you? 800-771-1025 are the phone numbers. Mike Calta Show. Good morning. Hello.
I say we picket and protest the Dogma show.
Okay, do it. So loud.
We'll see you there.
So loud.
Not only so loud, but then yells into the phone. I have no idea.
I say we picket and protest the Dogma Show.
Oh, Dogma Show.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought he said we go to the Dodgers show. I didn't even know what he said.
They did get a lot of protests when that movie first came out.
Yeah, because didn't you say that Kevin was out there?
He gets interviewed by the news, and they ask him why he's protesting the movie. And I think he says, like, well, Kevin Smith, the director's a real jerk. And he's, like, amongst the protesters,
That's
and the
hilarious.
news interviews
great.
him not knowing that he's the one they're there to protest.
That's great.
Yeah.
I heard Dogma had Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, had Jason Lee, it had
Chris Rock,
George Carlin, yeah.
Alan Rickman was the angel, yeah. Selma Hayek was in it.
Yep. Oh, it's a hot Selma Hayek.
Remember she fights the giant poop monster?
You say hot Selma Hayek like she's not hot still.
But she was sexy in that. Like she was trying to be sexy in that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a huge cast.
Yeah. It was. That's when you could tell Kevin Smith was like, I can get whatever I want now.
Like Carlin dead, Rickman dead, like all these old people are passing away.
Yeah.
Remember Alanis Morissette plays God?
Yeah. I wonder what the thought. I want to ask him about that. The thought process behind that.
Well, I hope you get that opportunity to ask him.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that?
Is it hot in here or is it just me?
Just you? You stressing out a little bit?
A little bit.
Yeah, I was spying on Gio out front. I was peeking through the garage door. He was just pacing back and forth, rubbing his head.
He was moving the dogs away from the window so he could look out.
Yeah.
Speaking of dogs, did you see this now that they're saying that AI may soon be able to translate what animals are trying to say?
I'd love it.
That can't be possible.
Of course it could be possible.
How?
They interpret. I mean, dogs make certain noises when they're trying to give you different notifications.
But you don't know that. But they're only notifying you. They're not trying to say something to you. Like if a dog like my dog, when it wants to go outside, will come over and it'll just stare at me, and then it'll put its arm on me, and it's like tries to pull me to the door. It doesn't say anything. Like, hey, Ralph, let's go open the door.
But they can tell by the bark and their next actions what they're trying to say. So, like, a lower bark could be, I have to poop, bro. And you know what I mean?
What's your dog voice again?
Why is my dog a surfer?
I don't know.
Yo, bro, I haven't pooped in 3 days.
Yeah.
I have to poop, bro.
I think dogs can talk to each other for sure.
Yeah, they definitely communicate, and they're communicating. You can see dogs will communicate to humans by doing things. Whenever they do that, the lip, where they lick their lip, that they're telling you, I'm uncomfortable and I'm getting ready to bite you, you know? And they call it the whale eye whenever they do that, where they give you the eye like that, whatever. They're uncomfortable. They don't know what's going on. Yeah. There's a lot of different stuff.
When they play with other dogs and they fake sneeze, that's them letting the other dog know that they're playing.
Yeah.
And
Like when they do that.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
That's letting you know that they're playing and they're not being serious.
But here's the thing. We don't know that. You're assuming that that's what that means.
They've studied the behavior for, decades and decades.
Your dog, Hazel, will do it to me all the time, and she does it to you, I'm sure, as well, where she stretches out and she does the downward dog and does that low thing that's saying that they like you and they enjoy you being around.
My dog does do the sneeze all the time when I'm playing with him.
Yeah.
When I walk down the stairs, my stairs twist like 2 ways. When I'm coming down the first step, Hazel hears me and she comes and she gets to the bottom of the stair. And then when I turn and I look at her, if she's not in that position where she puts her head down and like bows to me, I go, Hazel, and then she does it, and then she'll and she gives me the big deep growl.
Yeah. I love my dog so much.
You really do.
I do. It's the first time I owned a dog, and it's everything to me.
How many conversations do you have with your dog? Just you and your dog?
All the time.
All the time.
Daily.
All the time.
Daily.
Last night I was laying in bed with my dog, and I go, Gypsy, I love you, and I hope you're very happy here. I go, I don't know where you were before, what happened and stuff, but I'll always take care of you. You're the best dog in the world.
We are so different. I looked at Mabel and I go, Mabel, remember when you used to be called France and you lived in that kitchen? I'll put you back there if I need to.
I would say every single day I talk to my dog like that. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes.
Yes. And it's so funny because you see it online all the time. It's how, my husband says bye to me, how my husband says bye to the dog. And it's like, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, I love you so much. All right, I'll see you later.
I made salmon yesterday, and I made a big piece of salmon that still had the skin on it. And I don't really like to eat the skin unless it's crispy.
Yeah.
Right? Unless it cooked a lot. And this was a big floppy piece of skin. So I ate the salmon and I saved this giant big piece of skin, and Mabel loves it. And so does Hazel. So I was going to walk them and then feed it to them.
Yeah.
And I walked them, and Mabel ran back in the house before Hazel and just jumped right up on the counter and ate it. Son of a bitch ate it.
Whole thing.
Gio's outside just sweating it. Alexa, show back door. I gotta take a look out there and watch Gio sweating. Do you see my new truck?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't even notice.
Fancy.
Yeah, you got a different one?
Yeah.
Is it a Silverado or is it a different?
It is a Silverado.
Well, I don't know. You want to give it all out?
Oh, yeah, but it's a Duramax diesel. Like you get a
It's a
car.
diesel?
Oh, yeah, you turn around. Yeah,
is it a dually?
What does that mean?
With the
2 tires in the back.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Tires on either
No,
side?
no. I really didn't know what that meant.
Oh, right.
I don't know what any of those things
Yeah.
mean. All I know is it's way more car than I can handle. And then it has running boards. So the last car didn't, so I would open the door and I would just fall out of the car.
Right.
Now I could step off the thing into the running boards. I love it. I love it. Stingray Chevrolet. I turned my other one in yesterday if you want to go buy it. Nice red truck.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't see Gio anymore.
He's probably walking out the end of the driveway.
Like, I know for sure Kevin Smith is here. I know he's going to be here. But I like to just see Gio sweat it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's been driving and updating me on the way here, but I don't Gio just really doesn't know. And I love the way you people torture him.
I think he's trolling you guys.
Who?
Both of you. Kevin Smith.
No, that might be true.
He's in L.A. He's like, I'm definitely going to be there.
Totally be there.
What do you do if your brother's Pope?
That's so weird. Like, can you imagine? I mean, obviously he knows that his brother has been moving up in the ranks. You know, he's a cardinal. That's a huge deal, whatever. But the first American Pope in the history of being popes
is your brother.
And that everybody's talking to the brother now, and the brother's like, "Yeah, did you hear my brother's Pope now?"
Yeah,
That's so weird.
I mean, you guys could never talk. My brother owns a strip club. What's your brother do?
Yeah,
he's the first American Pope.
And it's also like, are you super religious?
Yeah, I mean,
Because don't they take that into account, like your family and stuff, or is it just you?
Who knows?
I don't know. I don't think so, Carmen. I mean, it's your calling, not your family.
Also, I've never been privy to any of the other Pope's brothers or sisters or anything. I don't know, because obviously it's an American Pope. It's from Chicago, so they're talking to the brother. But like, I don't know, John Paul II, whether he had a brother or sister or anything, whether they talked to.
Doesn't it seem more likely that this Pope's family will do something to embarrass the Pope?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, it's going to turn out where, this Pope's brother was picketing Trump's this and that, or he says.
Or he's got Snapchat.
Oil's bad.
Trying to send Gio's kids pictures.
Yeah.
Gio's not in the studio right now because he's waiting for Kevin Smith. But one of the things that people are pointing out to me on social media is a lot of kids who don't have social media and they use other people's phones.
Yeah, their friends. I
think Gio's probably got a pretty good relationship with his kids, and he knows. And that's a good way to go. I don't do that my house, my rules kind of thing. I feel like I think probably because I had a boy first, it was a little bit easier. But I feel like experiences make the person.
Yeah.
So, Joey, I think I mentioned this the other day. He wants to go to Chicago, and I'm real nervous about letting him go. But I also feel like he should be making those experiences and doing it now while he's young.
Yeah.
And he can travel and he can do that, so he doesn't have really anything to worry about now.
Oh, I think
it's making me nervous.
One of the greatest things when my son was in school, they went to Colorado and did like an archaeology thing, whatever. And I was like, that's so cool. You're going to have so much fun. And then their senior trip was going to be to Italy, and it got canceled. Yeah.
They got screwed on that.
That sucked because I was like excited for him to go to Italy, go out of the country, do stuff without us there.
Right.
I mean, obviously, I'm still concerned.
Yeah, but you want him to have that. I want to know,
that helps them grow up.
Yeah, like I know that at the time when I was probably Joey's age, maybe a little older, my girlfriend lived in New York, and I was here, and I would travel back and forth to go see her by myself. But I mean, I was probably more in my 20s, and he's only not even 19 yet. But I mean, that you need to know the younger you start doing that stuff on the reg, the more you become an experienced traveler.
I remember being like 16, 17, driving into Chicago because I lived about an hour west of the city and stuff. So driving into Chicago to go and meet a girl and stuff. And it was like, I'm going into Chicago. This is wild.
Yeah, that was one thing I didn't do when I lived in New York was drive in Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think I ever did that until I was in my 20s. Yeah, I didn't have a car. So it was certainly much easier to take public transportation.
I had a car that was old and, just a beater and stuff. And I remember it smoking and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. Do I pull over or just keep going? I don't know. You don't know anything about I just still don't know anything about cars. But at least now I know to pull over.
I'll tell you,
smoking.
I much like I appreciate having Dom in my life, I appreciate having Steve Hurley in my life because I don't know anything about cars either.
Yeah.
I don't. I know when to take it to change the oil and all that stuff, but if it came down to me doing something, I have no idea. And I bet that if I had one car for a series of, a long time and I had to do minor maintenance to it, I would just fall apart.
Yeah, just buy a new car.
Just keep buying new cars.
Yeah, they're not socks.
I tried to think about this the other day. Is I'm a 53-year-old semi-successful guy who owns no vehicle. I own the Sprinter, but I don't drive it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't even have a car. Like, if I ever lost this job and the first thing I'd have to do is buy a car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations, you lost all your money. Now go buy a car.
But it's also not like a bad situation to be in where other people give you cars.
Oh, no. It's great. I'm very fortunate. Plus, I get to try them all out. You know what I mean? It's easier for me to talk to people and tell them about the different products Stingray Chevrolet has by being able to actually use them, you know?
Yeah, which, by the way, I talked to Steve Hurley the other day. My buddy Pete's looking for a car, so I said, talk to Steve. So Steve set him up with...
What can you call him so you don't have to call him Pete?
Why?
I don't like you. It sounds like you're talking about my Pete.
No.
Pete, too.
Yeah.
By the way, that made me think of that is, Chicago Pete, Chicago Pope.
Chicago Pope.
Pope face.
Yeah. There was so many good memes yesterday. I put one out of the Pope dressed in the, Gio sent it to me, the Pope dressed in all the Bears
all
outfit.
The Bears, yeah.
It's going to be a fun next couple of months. Will this guy quit?
No.
He's only 69. He's got his whole life ahead of him.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you, I haven't seen, I don't know too much about him. Just by looking, by him talking, doing his stuff, seems like a Pope type of person. You know what I mean?
They say very papal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Today,
and he was already over in Peru and doing a lot of missionary work and doing a lot of stuff. So, I mean, obviously, if you become Pope, you've done a lot of good stuff, but he seems like he's in it to win it.
It's just so weird that his name was not brought up for anything. We didn't even know he was in the running.
Didn't even know. You would think that they would say, and this guy is from America, and it's like, there hasn't been an American Pope in the entire time, but, this guy is. So.
Yeah, crazy. All right. What do you got?
It looks like Kevin is here.
Oh, my God. All right, let's take a break, and Kevin Smith will be in the studio with us when we come back. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to The Mike Calta Show. Tell us what you think.
Makes me feel good.
Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Southbound Del Mabry, an accident at Lutz Lake Fern Road. Very slow going, pretty much stop and go traffic, and that has backups all the way to County Line Road. Avoid that if you can. Also, watch for a wreck causing delays eastbound Brandon Boulevard at Valrico Road. Crews trying to clear that up right now. Still going to see some delays in the area. 275, 75, and I-4 in pretty good shape. No problems with the toll roads. Pinellas County checking in accident-free. Howard Franklin Bridge, Courtney Campbell Causeway, and Gandy Bridge all running up to speed. I'm Monica with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
Hey, it's Captain Zach Sturm from Tampa Bay Fishing Radio for Rivard Buick GMC, the #2 GMC dealer in the country. Rivard has become known for their massive discounts in inventory. Obviously, big discounts mean huge savings for you, the customer. Inventory means you have options to choose from and you won't need to settle. Right now, Rivard has over 1,000 vehicles to choose from, which is more than they've ever had before, all at insane discounts. They are serious about chasing that #1 GMC spot. Visit RivardBuickGMC.com and see for yourself. GMC, we are professional grade.
From Saturday Night Live and his multiple Netflix specials, Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Straz Center, Saturday, December 6th. Tickets on sale now at StrazCenter.org.
Jersey College is a nursing school where faculty know how to give you the resources and support you need with encouragement and real connection.
Hi, my name is Ebony and I'm a graduate of Jersey College. I felt like Jersey College truly cared about me. This experience was a life changer for me. It's a great feeling. You have to try. Don't doubt yourself. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Classes are enrolling now at our campuses in Tampa, Largo, Brooksville, Naples, and Port Charlotte. Apply now at jerseycollege.edu.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me, I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around the store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit any of our 5 locations throughout Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, and at goodfeet.com.
Carmen here with a big announcement for my friends at Teza. One of the questions I always get is, where can I find Tezas at? Well, you can go to tezaenergy.com or go into selected 7-Elevens, liquor depots, and Walmarts around the Bay Area. But now you can find my favorite little mouth pouch on everyone's favorite delivery service, Amazon. You can find all of Teza's amazing flavors and set up a subscription so you never have to worry about running out. Teza is a pouch of herbal tea designed to be placed between your cheek and gum and is packed with tea-cut herbs, vitamin B, and caffeine. It was founded and formulated by a medical doctor, so there's no nicotine, no tobacco, and gives you focused energy. Quit smoking, stop vaping, and put down the snacks, all with the help of Teza. Teza, why spit when you can swallow?
At International Diamond Center, we're all about family, and no one plays a more important role in the life of any family than Mom. She's the rock, the hero, the one that holds it all together. So we invite you to help us celebrate the mothers in our lives with the perfect Mother's Day gift and a little something extra. We've put together a special collection of jewelry just for Mom. We've set aside these carefully selected items so there's no guesswork. You can stop in, shop with ease, and get Mom a timeless gift she's sure to love. And to make it really special, with any purchase of $249 or more, we'll give you a $50 spa gift card so she can use it to treat herself to a day of pampering and relaxation. So come join us at IDC. Help us say a big thank you to the mothers in our lives with a gorgeous bracelet, maybe a pair of diamond earrings, a colored gemstone ring, or a piece from our Perfect Love collection. Buy the jewelry and we'll throw in the $50 spa treat at no charge. Happy Mother's Day from International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online, shop IDC.com.
Drinking and driving don't mix. If you've been injured by a drunk driver, we're Bernetti PA and we sue drunk drivers. We know you may not have been ready. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, and Pinellas.
John Setting here for Wild Fork. It was another Wild Fork weekend at the Setting household. I had a bunch of friends over. Taco night. It had to be the chimichurri skirt steak. I also did some grouper fillets for some fish tacos as well. Whether you're looking for rare exotic meats from rabbit, yak, ostrich, bison, and more, or you just want to get some high-quality chicken, ground beef, and steaks for the family, Wild Fork is your go-to. With locations in West Chase, South Tampa, and St. Petersburg, you got to check them out today. You can also visit wildforkfoods.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Injured? Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. Call 800-549-8866. That's 800-549-8866.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group. Like going to concerts? 97X has your free tickets to shows like Glass Animals, Tour of the Earth at the Amp on June 19th. Or how about tickets to see the sold-out Mike Hem show at Ray J? Just head to the contest page at 97xonline.com or the free 97X app for your shot at tickets.
With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can receive an all-cash offer and move when you're ready. No showings, no open houses, no stress. Call 855-299-SOLD or go to markspain.com and start packing.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Very warm and steamy again today with that 30% chance of an isolated inland storm. High temperatures running around 89, maybe 90 in a few spots this afternoon. Mild and muggy tonight with a low in the mid-70s and a 40% rain chance for your Saturday. Otherwise, variable clouds with highs in the upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to Tampa Bay's most listened to morning show, The Mike Calta Show. Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
8:39 on the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. I don't know why he's here. Kevin Smith is here.
I got nothing to sell.
You got what?
I got nothing to sell. As was pointed out, my Tampa shows are sold out. My Orlando shows are sold out. I simply came to Florida to be with my sainted mother. But given the opportunity to come do the show, I've called in many times. I came in once years ago and hosted practically. But given the chance to come be on the show, even though I had no agenda.
Right. Not pushing anything. No need. You don't need us for anything.
I looked. I did the pulled out Waze.
Yeah.
Looked at it
and still came.
I did yesterday. I looked at it, so I did the look ahead in the morning to be like, well, if I wanted to arrive at the appointed 8:30, when would one have to leave? At 8 o'clock I was going for, then I wound up being later. And it was like 6:30, and so I was like, oh, it's criminally low. Like, I could get here in 86 minutes.
While you were traveling and making those decisions, I asked Siri how much your net worth is. And when Siri told me, and I don't know that this is true, but it said upwards of $25 million.
Siri's nuts. Bro.
I said, there's no way that I'm driving 90 minutes to go see anybody.
Siri's nuts. I wish I was rich, man. There's a reason you see me so often. That's because I got to pay bills. But you know what? We had, it reminds me of... we had Tracy Morgan came to Smodcast. I got my own movie theater up in Jersey in my hometown, one of my hometowns. Right. I grew up in Highlands, Atlantic Highlands, the town right next to us and stuff. So that was where the movie theater was. Me and my friends bought my childhood movie theater after COVID because it was going to shut down. They were going to turn it into apartments. It's been a movie theater for 100 years. So a filmmaker owning a movie theater is adorable. However, worst financial decision I ever made. Film exhibitions to the toilet. We had to go nonprofit in the theater. So in any event, we do screenings there all the time where I come and we upcharge. And we'll do shows and stuff. Like one of the fun shows we do, we're doing again next year, is Clerks, open all night. So you come at 11 o'clock. At midnight, we lock the doors, and like from midnight till 6 in the morning, we watch all 3 Clerks movies and then do breakfast from Quick Stop at 6 a.m.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you get to charge $69 for that, a very cheeky $69. So we had a cop-out 15th anniversary screening, and Tracy Morgan came. And, I hadn't seen Tracy in quite some time, but he was coming down from Brooklyn. Also, he had done a show in Red Bank the night before, so he was nearby.
Not too far,
So I took a gamble and said, hey, man, you want to roll up? And he was like, Kev, I'd love to. So he came to the show, and, we sold $50 tickets or whatever. And like anybody who comes, and Jason Lee, Joey Adams, who else we had? George R.R. Martin came to the theater.
Wow.
Anybody who comes, if we're selling tickets, it behooves me, even though we're, now a nonprofit, it behooves me to be like, would you like your half? You're entitled to half.
Right.
Here's your half. And, like Brian Quinn, who's a friend of mine, was one of the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
Like we did a thing and he was like, oh my God, just keep it and stuff. So I, at the end of the night, I said to Tracy, I was like, Trace, it means the world that you came down and did the screening. I said, we made $8,000. So like, can I cut
you're
you
so
check for
polite.
$4,000?
Yeah.
And Tracy goes, Kev, I got Walmart money. And he literally got into a Rolls Royce and drove away. And at that point, I was like, I should have asked Tracy for money in some way.
Can I tell you my first experience with him, Tracy Morgan?
Fire.
Only doing Saturday Night Live at the time, okay? I'm on a country station. And I'm on the...
What?
I went through a period. I was on
Where?
Here. Oh, I've only worked in
I guess
Tampa.
that tracks. I forget we're in the South. Though.
So, it was the time where Big and Rich and all these Kid Rock were becoming country bands. So I was playing that card, mixing Leonard Skinner in, that kind of crap. So I'm still doing my show, and they're playing 3 songs an hour in between it. So anyway, I booked Tracy Morgan on the show. He's at the Improv this weekend. So I'm sitting there, and I could hear it down the hall. I go, what is that? And they're like, I think that's the comedian. And I go, Tracy Morgan? I go, yeah. It's getting louder and louder. And he walks in, and we're live on the air. He walks in, he goes, you know what I mean? And I go, what? And I couldn't imagine what he was mad at. And he goes, there was no greater relationship between 2 people than the bond that Chewbacca and Han Solo had. And I thought, and I just played into it. I go, they were like brothers. He goes, like brothers, like brothers. Then in 5 minutes, we were also doing a make your own bikini contest with candy for Halloween. So we had all this assortment of candy, and we had these girls that were half naked, and they're all like skinny redneck white girls. And Tracy's now not wanting to leave, and he's like, let me get under the table, and you sit on the table and spread your butt cheeks. These girls are horrified. I was like, this may be the greatest day I've ever had in radio.
He on the first day of Cop Out, when we were making it, it was called A Couple of Dicks. That was the original, much better title. And then they changed it. The studio changed it because NBC wouldn't run ads for the movie during the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
Like now on NBC, you could advertise, you spread cheeks, show all the way up and whatnot. They're like, please, just give us $1. So while we're making the movie, is opening first day. And Tracy comes over, I get to set. And Tracy comes and he's in costume. So how you feeling? He goes, Kev, you know what I watched last night? I said, what? He goes, Frankenstein. And I was like, oh, right on. He goes, you know who got the raw deal in that movie? Fritz. And I struggled to remember who Fritz even was. And then was like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. He's like, Fritz didn't do nothing. And he did 15 minutes on Frankenstein, the classic black and white Frankenstein, and how Fritz is the real hero. So, it's when you're somewhere with Tracy, you wear a rictus grin the whole time because he never stops. Right. So you're always in the midst of, if not smiling, laughing. So he said, we're going into right before the first take. I said, hey, man, no ad-libbing. I was like, Bruce seems to be the guy who likes to stick to the script. So like first take, let's go in there and let's honor the script. The script's what got us here. Because I'd worked with Tracy on Strike Back, and he loves to ad-lib. Yeah. So here I'm like, we got to stay on the page. We go do our first take. Action. It's those two sitting at a diner table, a scene that got cut from the movie ultimately. Bruce starts ad-lib. He's looking out the window casually. He's like, is that Connie Chung out there? I think that's Connie Chung. And so Tracy tries to do some dialogue, and then Bruce goes, damn, if that ain't Maury Povich out there. I'm pretty sure that's Maury Povich. And then Tracy tries to stay on script, and then Bruce goes, hey, that guy looks like Yoda. All of his references were before he got famous.
Right.
Like that's his pop culture references, because then Bruce becomes pop culture mid-'80s, 1986, and he stops paying attention because he is the culture. So we go through that whole take, go cut, and I go talk to Tracy, and Tracy goes, Bruce is ad-libbing. I said, yeah, it's crazy, right? He goes, well, I'm an ad-lib now, too. And I was like, I guess. He opened the door, go ahead. So we go to the next take, action. And Bruce is going, is that Connie Chung out there? And Tracy goes, yo, Jimmy, you know what I watched last night? Frankenstein. And he literally does the 15-minute bit at Bruce Willis. And I'm pretty sure that's where I lost Bruce, because Bruce was like, it's one thing to look out the window and be like, I think I see Connie Chung.
Right.
Tracy went on a 15-minute, like worthy of getting up at the Improv and crushing for 15 minutes and leaving the scene in the dust. And then Bruce was trying to like reintroduce the dialogue, but Tracy was rolling. And I honestly believe that's where the troubles began.
Dude, how hard is that as a director to tell people of that caliber what to do and whatnot. And like,
it was I'm out on the road with Dogma, so I'm doing a lot of Dogma stories. And I tell one about Rickman, where I'm like, I didn't direct Rickman.
Right.
Like, that performance did not require me.
Yeah.
And the one time that I quote unquote like directed or did like even my version of it, there's a term of art called line reading. So if an actor's saying it, a way that it's like, no, that's not it. If you tell the actor how to say it like this, and then you do the line, that's called a line reading.
Right.
And allegedly, and probably truthfully, all actors hate it. I say allegedly because like I work with a guy all the time who loves it. Jason Mewes is like, just tell me how to say it. Done. The shortest distance between 2 points. Most other actors hate it. First time, all through Clerks, I'm directing line readings because I wrote the script and I have it in my head how it's supposed to be delivered. Right. So I'm like, if somebody does it wrong, I'm like, say it like this. And they're like, all right. Nobody cares on, I forget where I'm reading.
Can I sidetrack you real quick?
Yes.
Has there been a time that sticks out in your head where when you're writing it, you have a scene and then somebody read it a different way and you're like,
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That does happen eventually in the career, but certainly not on Clerks.
Right.
Clerks, since we're all amateurs and like I'm the one putting up the money, I'm my say goes, I wrote the script. This is how it should sound. Mallrats, I rehearsed with Shannon Doherty, late great Shannon Doherty. And one of the first times we're rehearsing, she says the line differently than I heard it in my head. So I was like, oh, Shannon, it's not that. Say it like this. And she goes, did you just give me a line reading? And I was like, is that what it's called? Then yes. I didn't know there was a name for it, but I guess. And she goes, actors hate that, Kevin. Never do that. Never do that for actors. And I was like, all right. Chasing Amy, it was all people I was friends with again. Went back to line. Dogma, working with Alan Rickman.
Yeah.
Who there's no need to direct. He interprets the script perfectly. He embodies the character. But there's a moment where he references a movie he had never seen. He does Wax On, Wax Off.
Right.
And he had never seen Karate Kid, so he had no idea what the reference was in the script. So when he said it, it just sounded like, well, that ain't going to land.
Yeah.
So I go, Alan, say it like it's from Karate Kid. Say it like this: wax on, wax off. And he slowly turns to me with a look that would be lethal if I didn't know the dude a little by then.
Yeah.
But definitely serious as a heart attack. And he goes, royally trained. And then turns back and goes to his job. But then there are people like on Dogma as well. There's a great line that Chris Rock has about Jesus, which I can't do, not even on the radio, not even in the real world, because I'm not the right race. But it's a fantastic line where Linda's Bethany character goes, you knew Jesus. And then he goes, knew him. And the line is it's only a line that Chris Rock could come up with. The line in the script was, knew him. I saw him naked. Chris's line is far better, but one that I would never in a million years as a man of not complete lack of color write down.
Right.
So, or even think, let's be fair. Chris drops it in the third take. Whole cast and crew busts up. And like, it's a fantastic line. Yeah, and I'm even laughing. We have to break because, he has only two things after that. He walks away, but everyone's laughing. We cut the take. And I go, oh, my God, I wish I could leave that in the movie. He goes, what are you talking about? Because everyone's laughing. I was like, how am I supposed to handle the credits, man? Like, written by Kevin Smith with one great line by Chris Rock. And he goes, I don't care. I don't need credit. He's going, but it makes the movie funnier. Leave it in. He's going, you're going to get credit anyway. I was like, oh, my God, you're right. So from that point forward, I started being more amenable. The next movie I worked on was Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. We had Will Ferrell. And inarguably, you've got people who are funnier than you.
Yeah.
So at that point, there's a chance they're going to say something in a way you didn't think or bring a new line to it that, like, back in the day, used to be like, no, I can't take your lines. Like Affleck would the ad-lib all the time. He's the king of the ad-lib.
Yeah.
He loves to button everything with a joke and stuff. And so he'll do your script, but then he throws in a little of himself.
And a dance and a song that's going to cost you more money.
Yes, and it makes it more expensive. I told him at one point, I was like, please, dude, like, don't do that. If you want to, like, make up stuff for movies, like, write your own script. And he did that and he won an Oscar. Yeah. So the advice, I wish I could visit upon myself.
Do you ever get intimidated by anybody?
On set?
Yeah, like that. Like,
I mean,
for
I guess
example,
I wasn't intimidated by Alan on Dogma only by virtue of the fact that we didn't reach out to him. I never would have been like, let's get Alan Rickman. The dude was like way above our station.
right.
But he had gone in for a meeting at Miramax, and John Gordon, who was our exec, was like, hey, man, you'll never guess who was just in here. I said, who? He goes, Alan Rickman. I was like, Hans Gruber was in the building? Did he blow it up or what? And he goes, I said, what was he there for? And he goes, we're talking to him about this Merchant Ivory movie. We're trying to get him to this Merchant Ivory movie, but all he wants to talk about is whoever directed Chasing Amy. I was like, I directed Chasing Amy. He's like, we should send him a script. And I was like, oh, my God, he would be an excellent Metatron. I would never have presumed like one of my favorite actors, the guy who destroys every part he's in the best possible way, would ever align with our material.
Right.
And even in this script, I didn't think about it. But once he showed interest, we threw out instantly. And he was, other than Jason Mewes, the fastest yes I ever got from an actor in my life was Alan Rickman.
Wow.
We sent him the script. We FedExed him the script. He received it that morning. 2 hours later, called us, and he was like, I'm in.
Because he loved Chasing Amy.
He really did. And then, oddly enough, like it took me until almost when Alan died to realize, oh, we're friends. He stayed in our lives, and I always thought he was just being professionally courteous because it was like, oh, we made a movie together and stuff.
Yeah.
But like whenever I went to England, I would get a phone call no matter where I was. He'd be like, Kevin, it's Alan Rickman. You're in my country. I'm taking you out to lunch.
Oh, wow.
And then sometimes I'd get a phone call. We'd be like, Kevin, it's Alan Rickman. I'm in your country. You're taking
me to lunch.
He like kept our friendship going, man, for years. And I never realized that. But on set, by the time we got to set, while I did revere him, and more so than being intimidated, I was like, are you sure you want to do this for your career? Like, you're doing quite well.
Are you sure you want to drive here from Orlando? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
That's how I felt when Kevin pulled up this morning.
Yeah.
I go, are you sure, man?
That was the most I had. But I wasn't intimidated by. Willis, I was intimidated by. And I think that's what affected our relationship.
Yeah.
I think, like, when I made a movie with him, when I was just in a movie with him, I was in Live Free or Die Hard.
Right.
And I was just a cast member. He loved me. When I was the director, perhaps I was like, oh my God, Bruce Willis. Maybe I was the little dog that bounces over the big dog in the Warner Brothers cartoon.
Yeah.
And perhaps that turned him off. I don't know. Perhaps it had something to do with the health condition that would come later on. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I feel like perhaps I was too enthusiastic puppy and intimidated at the same time. He
understandable.
Which is weird because I worked with both of the leads of Die Hard.
Yeah.
And one of them who was like
super great,
the legend.
Yeah.
Like I was absolutely cool and comfortable with. And the one who's like from my country, from New Jersey, the pride of Penns Grove, New Jersey. I was intimidated by, I can't, you got to remember 2.5 years ago, I went to a mental hospital. So like everything ain't right.
Yeah. Listen, I get it, man. I was reflecting last night. I can't watch TV for an hour without going, that guy's been in our garage. That guy's been in our garage. And I said,
isn't that wild?
It's insane to me. And then last night I said to my wife, who really doesn't care about anything.
Right.
I said to her, I go, tomorrow, Kevin Smith is going to be here and David Koechner, both in our garage. And
Koechner was here? Or
he was coming. He's coming today.
He's going to be here soon?
Yeah.
He's lovely.
He's great. He's great.
I was honestly, it's so weird you bring him up. I was just thinking of him because when I was driving out here, I was listening to the news, and I'm not a political guy, but who's the money guy in our country who's like, these tariffs are great, you're out of your mind? He's a very
looks like Koechner.
Artie Fufkin.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know his name.
Lufkin,
yeah.
They were playing some clip of him talking to the president, and he was so obsequious that it reminded me of that Koechner sketch where he was like, on SNL, like the Fops, I believe it was called. So I was literally thinking about that, dude. That's wild. He's going to be here.
Yeah.
I was in a movie with him. My friend Josh Roush made a movie called Wrong Reasons, and Koechner came in and did a day.
I wondered if you guys had
crossed paths. I also worked with him on The Goldbergs as well.
Oh, okay.
But it's crazy when you get to work with people who you actually enjoy. I mean, naturally, we all love him from Anchorman and stuff. But going back to SNL, like that was my first impression of him, and I was like, that dude was legit funny.
Yeah,
I was going to say, do you know why you came up with the name Artie Fufkin?
Why? Why is that there?
That's Paul Schaefer from Spinal Tap.
That's the guy who bends over. He's like, go ahead, smack my ass.
Yeah.
Do you remember in Spinal Tap, like one of the funniest moments of Bruno Kirby is the driver and he's talking to them. They slowly raise the window on him.
Yeah.
And first he doesn't know how to react, and then he starts talking about Frank Sinatra.
Do you think that they should be making another one of those movies?
Anchorman?
No, Spinal Tap. Making another Spinal Tap.
100%.
You do?
Let them have fun. Yeah, well, it ain't ever going to ruin
good.
the one you love.
No.
but,
It's just going to also stink.
But how don't you look? You're talking to a guy who made 3 Clerkses. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on a Dogma sequel. Look, I gotta support all ideas.
The long-awaited sequel.
Good Lord, I've been in this business 31 years. Sequels are fine. But let them have fun. I mean, all those dudes are like on the older side. Recently, you know how like The Simpsons. Sometimes like you drop out for 5-10 years and then you interact with again. And you're like, they're using iPhones now?
Yeah.
I interacted with a recent episode of The Simpsons where I was like, oh, they changed Mr. Burns' voice, but it's not. It's Harry Shearer, but Harry Shearer just very old. And his voice is different. So, that's a clear indicator that there's less time ahead than more.
Yeah.
If those
Gio
cats
says
are
it
like,
all the time.
let's get together and do it one more time. God bless.
I always say we've lived longer than we will live at this point in our lives.
I mean, that's the thing, and I've been thinking about it a lot while I've been touring around with the movie. Like and this is not a complaint, but I didn't sign up for like a tour of 31 years. Like I just wanted to make Clerks, and then once it happens, like, oh, this is my job, all right, and like you keep going, but there's no handbook, so you don't know when to stop.
No.
So like case in point, you're like, should they do another one? The audience will let you know to some degree, like, oh, don't ruin it, but. What if you're the person who's like, yeah, but we had such a good time doing it, and I think we got a cool idea for it. And if the only reason not to do it is to not piss off people that like the original, it's like, well, wait a second.
I don't think it's and from a filmmaker's point of view, it's. I don't think it's pissing me off. You're not ruining the first one for me.
Right.
You're ruining the legacy. Like the second.
What does
Blues
that
Brothers.
mean, though? Legacy, like we don't live in a world of legacy anymore. When was the last time you watched Caddyshack? A certain age, we used to watch Caddyshack monthly.
Yes.
It's like a couple times a year. Now we're drowning in content. There's so much content coming out. There's no such thing as legacy. Even the things that have long tails, people don't like anymore. Star Wars has been tainted for a lot of people and stuff.
You're
so
talking
it's
to the
like,
guy.
let them go. Let them have fun. You know what? Here's my biggest argument for it. Let those guys have fun with the IP, because I assure you, once they're dead, somebody's going to be like, ladies and gentlemen, Spinal Tap 2030. And those people will be forgotten and erased.
Yeah.
So let them enjoy it, man. Life is so impermanent, and it goes by in a blink, and our news cycle is so fast. It's like if the idea of a Spinal Tap sequel irritates you, wait 10 minutes. Something even worse is going to piss you off.
It doesn't. I have.
And
to
I'm this ain't me coming to you.
But I don't mean it from the point of view where it's bugging me. Like a new Happy Gilmore, I think is going to stink. But I don't care that they're doing
God
it. But
bless him.
Yeah,
like let him go. He looks like he's having a good time.
Yeah.
And as we all know, because they print those articles every time, he is literally making a small fortune.
Right.
Like to run around on that golf
with
stick, they're going to give him $50 million.
And everybody,
I would take that golf stick up. I would accept it if they give me $5 million, $500,000. I'll do a Netflix special, 6 minutes long, where I'm like Mr. Hands, that horse video. They grease up that driver. I'll even take the thick end.
Go get my driver. I'm going to give you $8 worth.
Let me tell you something. I drove into this gated community. You do have $500,000 to spare, my friend.
No.
Being around movies, we spent one day on the reboot set, and we had a great time. We were there for 15 hours.
I was thinking of that as I pulled up.
This
I was
is so
like,
much fun.
I drove 90 minutes to this guy's house. He couldn't even come to my set.
No. My kids, we had spring break, and I had to go out of the country. That's the only reason why.
It was
everyone
my
has
idea. A good reason for everything, Mike. I would have had a good reason to stay home with my mom this morning, who I never see, make her breakfast. But no, Mom's like, "Where are you going, Tiger?" I was like, "Mom, I got to go see Mike Calter." She's like, "Oh, did you grow up with him?" I'm like, "Mom, no, I was at his place once years ago, and we talk on the radio periodically."
Joe
but
and I were
consider him a good friend.
Joe and I were there, and we had a great time. And like being on a movie
You guys
set
were wonderful.
is a lot of fun. And we really had nothing to do but just stand around and observe
and watch. But at a certain point, it does get boring. Whenever you bring guests, man, they're like, "This is exciting." And then when they see that it's like you just keep repeating the same things over and over from different angles,
it's not as much Yeah.
Like I've now seen Ben Affleck from 4 angles. So like I'm done.
I think we're there 15 hours. The day
You guys
we were
were
there.
princes for stats.
You know, people, they say that guys lay in bed and think about the Roman Empire and the fall. I lay in bed and I think about, I'll never get a chance to be in another Kevin Smith movie.
Not at all. That ain't true.
Yeah.
I hear this is between you, me, and the moon, but like it looks like we're going to be making another one, and we are going to be making it down south in an area where it's absolutely drivable.
All
now,
right.
if you don't go on one of your
Yeah.
expensive family vacations, perhaps your lordship could be there.
Forever, Joe and I can say we share the screen with Chris Hemsworth
That's
because
right.
the scene we made it in is when it's Jay and Silent Bob talking to the hologram Chris Hemsworth, and there's me and Joe standing right behind him.
That's a guy you got to get in the garage just so they can have that moment. And he could be like, "You're right, I rember you." He was like, "Wait, I was on a green screen."
I would let him sleep with my wife if he was here.
Right? You're like, I'm the one taking the golf club then. Oh, heavens.
I tell everyone I've shared screen with Chris Hemsworth before.
Yeah, you have?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
That still blows my mind. Whenever I think about it, it's like the perfect timing. And it came off the heart attack, right?
Yeah.
I'd almost died. So people were like, oh,
Sympathy.
what are we going to say? No, like I
Yeah.
call people. I'd be like, you want to come out to New Orleans and be in Jay and Silent Bob reboot? They're like, New Orleans, that's far. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's not like I almost died. Like, all right, I'm on my way.
What do you think about this new Superman movie?
I can't wait.
But it looks good to you?
Yeah, oh, dude, it's got crypto in it.
I know. That's the thing
That's
that's
fantastic.
That's what he does not.
You don't like crypto? Who don't like a dog?
It's not that I don't like
That's
it.
right. I didn't notice a dog coming in here. You're not a dog guy?
I have 2 dogs. Oh, no.
So
I have
what's
2
the
dogs.
matter?
I feel like it's too cartoony.
No.
Yeah.
Superman is cartoony.
I know, but Henry Cavill Superman.
We got it. We saw it.
I know.
It was, you know
well,
what
you
I'm
are
saying?
an open-minded guy, man. You love that stuff.
Well, here's the thing. I come from comics, or at least I come from reading comics,
Right.
and now I write comics as well. In fact, in June, I got a giant-sized Spider-Man coming out. I did a story in. And then in July is one of my favorite things I've ever written across any medium, film, television, especially comics. Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob. It's a 40-page like crossover. Quick stop and
Does
Riverdale.
Archie smoke weed with Jay and Silent Bob?
You got to buy it.
Okay.
No, I mean, that's the thing. I've had like my characters are my characters. Like in the story, you know, if you follow my movies in Clerks 3, spoilers, Dante passes away.
Right.
So in our Archie meets Jay and Silent Bob story, Archie gets a job at Quick Stop, and it helps Randall heal from his grief because Archie is so very Dante-like. And so then they wind up like going to Riverdale for Josie and the Pussycats concert. And Jay and Silent Bob figure because they have the weed store next door, they have a daughter from that Jay and Silent Bob reboot movie named Millie. And so she gets to figure in with the teenage kids because all the Riverdale kids are teens. Like it's crazy how many people, I mean, I guess they don't know comics and I guess they don't know like that I'm playing my characters in real time, but how many people would be like, oh, you're doing Archie, man? Is Jay and Silent Bob going to have a foursome with Betty and Veronica? I'm like, they're teenagers. No, that's never going to happen. But the book, it doesn't have like sex or cringe or anything like that. But our characters curse openly in front of the Archie characters, and it plays so wholesome and yet real on the page. Like it's a shockingly good book. I'm so damn happy with it, man. But
That's so
anyway,
great
why
that
am
you
I
get
talking
the-
about
well,
that?
no, because it makes me happy because I see this is a guy who's living his dream.
Comics.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it back to this. This is my defense for that Superman. In comics, right? Let's say you love Batman. There's
Right.
4 different Batman titles,
Right.
and they're handled by 4 different creative teams. So you're used to, as a comic book reader, different takes on a character.
Sure.
So for me, I can take Zack Snyder's take and be like, yeah, man, that's like a dark take on Superman. Just as easily as I could take Gunn's take and be like, yeah, man, that's like classic Superman right there with the underwear on the outside again and crypto and stuff like that. And, you know, every generation, they say, or every decade gets the hero it deserves. You either get Batman, if you break it down to the DC equation, you either get Batman or Superman. You tend to get Batman when things are prosperous.
Right.
You tend to get Superman when things are on the bleaker side.
Okay.
So we're heading into, I mean, and this can't be planned, right? It's not like when they start making the Superman, they're like, the worlds are going to be trending downward. It just times out that way. So we're going to get a movie about a very hopeful Superman.
Okay.
And I love the Snyderverse, man, but the Snyderverse is a very badass, like, alien, I can destroy you Superman.
Yeah.
So Superman we're about to get is the one that's going to be like, look, up in the sky. And, and that's
which we haven't seen
need
since
right
Christopher Reeves.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
so-
if he gets close and they're using that, John Williams score in the commercial, so they're hinting at that vibe.
All right.
I
You
think
made me
it's gonna
feel
be
better
one.
about it. You made me feel better
That's
about it.
my job, is to sell other people's movies. Now that mine is sold out. Our movie comes out, for those who aren't going to see me in Tampa tonight in my 2 sold-out shows, or in Orlando for the 2 sold-out shows tomorrow. June 5th, Dogma opens everywhere. 2,000
a
screens.
whole re-release.
Isn't
Why?
that crazy?
What made you decide to do that?
I didn't decide. I tried to do this 5 years ago for the 20th anniversary, and I couldn't make it happen, man. I couldn't get the movie from clench your sphincters, kids. A long time ago, this movie was made by Miramax. Miramax was owned by Disney at that point. It became something of a polemic, even though the movie is an insanely reverent film, Dogma. And so Disney was like, get rid of this movie. And so here comes the name. Harvey Weinstein bought the movie personally.
Right.
He then licensed it off to a young Canadian company called Lionsgate for theatrical distribution. That was their first $30 million earning movie. And then, of course, they made The Hunger Games and everything else years later.
Yeah.
And home video went to Sony, Columbia, TriStar. And so the theatrical lapsed a long time ago. Home video lapsed probably 15 years into the deal. So for 10 years, people would be like, hey, man, how come I can't get Dogma on DVD? It's because Harvey owned it personally, did nothing with it. Then I would write, I left the Weinstein Company in 2008. So I would write periodically and be like, hey, man, like Dogma's out of commission, and never hear back, and be like, hey, Dogma's coming up on 15th anniversary, never hear back and stuff. Then one day I got after I'd left, I hadn't been at the Weinstein Company in 12 years. I got a phone call. And they're like, hold for Harvey Weinstein. And so I hadn't heard from this dude in 12 years. And he goes, Kevin Harvey. And I was like, hey, man, how are you? And he goes, good. He's going, I just realized I got Dogma, and we haven't done anything with it. And this cast is still like a marketable cast. They're all still working. He's like, do you think you got a sequel or maybe a streaming series in you? I said, oh, my God. Yeah, man. Yeah. And this was a dream phone call. Like, I hadn't heard from these cats, from anybody at Weinstein Company in years. Nothing about this movie of mine, my 4th movie and stuff. So I was like, this would be great. He's like, all right, we'll get into it next week. Then I hung up. 3 days later, the New York Times released an article that was, earth-shattering for those of us who came from that world who had no clue. Like, all we'd ever heard about that guy, because, how often do you ever hear about your boss proclivities at night? Like, that dude was all business.
Yeah.
But within the world, it was known that, he cheated on his wife or something like that, maybe. Never heard any of this other stuff. So you're reading the New York Times being like, what?
None of the actresses that you've worked with, nobody ever hinted at that. I believe you.
Joey was like, think about it, Joey Adams. Joey will tell stories about Harvey ignored her. Joey tells a story about the only time that Harvey paid attention to her. And, she was nominated for a Golden Globe for Chasing Amy. But the only time he paid attention to her was at the Golden Globes when she came over to be like, not rub it in his face, but like, oh my God, I'm here too.
Right,
and he was like, happy to see you. This is great. Congratulations. We'll talk about Cold Mountain. We'll finish that conversation we were having later on. And Joey realized that he didn't think he was talking to Joey Adams. He thought he was talking to Renee Zellweger. So in our world, he wasn't that guy. He was the guy who ignored our people and stuff like that. So where was I in the story?
I'm still
3 days later. The
New York Times. So I talked to my friend John Gordon, who also worked at Miramax, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy! Like, did you know?" He's like, "No, I didn't know." Did you know? I was like, "I never heard anything." And then I said, "John, I don't know how to tell you this, but I feel dirty. But that guy called me last week. He called me and he talked about doing a Dogma sequel and stuff like that." And John goes, "Kevin, he was calling to see if you were one of the New York Times sources." Since you answered the phone, he knew you weren't one. And so he said some stuff you would want to hear about Dogma and got off the phone. If you hadn't answered the phone, he would have suspected you were one of the sources.
Wow.
Now, in terms of egregious things that Harvey Weinstein has done, this is way on the bottom of the list. Feel no pity for me. But long story short is he had that movie. Even when he went through his legal troubles, I don't know if anybody knows, but he went through some legal troubles, went to jail.
Yeah.
So a few years ago for the 20th or whatever it was, I was trying to get the movie back. So I wrote a very heartfelt letter to a convicted rapist to be like, hey, man, you own one of my movies. You've made many. I haven't made that many. And this one's tied in with my childhood faith. Catholicism's tied in with my dead father. So can you sell it to me? And I offered $250,000. It got a letter back from the lawyer going, absolutely not. Wrote another letter, pulled together all the resources I could, and was going to have to shutter Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, but offered $500,000.
Right.
Was told by the lawyer no. At that point, that's it. I'm not a rich man and stuff. I can't do radio.
I would have threw in some money, man. I would have been part owner.
Well,
of Dogma.
what I did was I did reach out to some people who might have a vested interest in seeing the movie go forward or seeing Dogma have a second life.
Ben
and stuff.
Affleck.
I reached out to Ben and Matt. Then I hit him back with $1 million offer and was still told no. So at that point, I'd heard through the grapevine that he was looking for $5 million. And not for nothing, I love Dogma. But
Yeah.
$5 million bucks, I'd make a new movie.
Yeah.
Never mind buy some old movie and stuff. So I let it go. Then recently, this wonderful woman, Alessandra, called up 8 months ago, and she's like, "Hi, we have Dogma." And I was like, "What do you mean you have Dogma?" She's like, "We bought a tranche of movies from Harvey. He's going through more legal stuff. He's going back into the courts. So he needed more money. So he liquidated any assets he had left. He had a tranche of a couple films, 10 movies. So, a few of them were karate movies he bought in the wake of Kill Bill.
Right.
One of them was Larry Clark's movie Kids, Rosario Dawson's first movie, which that was the first movie that they had to get rid of under the Disney deal. So they bought it themselves and released it through a company called Shining Excalibur. Then the other one was Fahrenheit 9/11, Michael Moore's movie. They also had to divest themselves of that movie because of Disney. And then Dogma as well. So they were like, "Oh, Ben Affleck's in this one," and then reached out to me. And I was like, "Can I buy it back from you?" And they're like, "No, we're going to exploit it." But they're like, "Would you like to be involved?" And I was like, "Oh my God, absolutely." They're like, "You can do anything you want with it. What would you do?" So I said, "Well, I would tour it. I've been touring Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, Clerks 3. That's what I do now in my movies. We overcharge people to go see old movies. And I stand there with them and we do stories afterwards and stuff." And she was like, "What about just re-releasing it?" And I was like, "Well, nobody's going to do that." She made a deal with AMC theaters, man. That's why all this tour has been through all AMC theaters, and then is going to come out on June 5th. I'm 2,000 screens, man. But beyond AMC's, other theaters signing up and stuff. This woman made it all happen, dude. And I asked her, it's crazy. She never told me anything. About, 8 weeks ago, she was going, "Hey, I got a short film in the Beverly Hills Film Festival." And I was like, "Beverly Hills, that's 15 minutes away." But she's like, "It's down the street at Groman's Chinese Theater." And that's literally down the street from my house. I was like, "Oh, I'll go."
Yeah.
So I go down to watch the short film, and it's good. And I was like, "Hey, we got a film festival at my movie theater, Smart Castle Cinemas in Jersey. Why don't you send me a link? We'll program it in the fest." And she goes, "Oh, great. My mom could see it." And I was like, "Oh, does your mom live in New York or something?" She goes, "No, my mom lives across the street from your movie theater." And I was like, "We've been working together 6 months. This is the first time we thought to mention that." She goes, "I don't want to creep you out." I was like, "Too late." And she goes, "Well, this is my creep you out more." She's going, Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash? I was like, "Yeah, very well." She's like, "I worked at Coco Paris right next door." I was like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
And then she told me the story. At age 10, she saw Dogma. Her mom let her watch Dogma, and she fell in love with the movie. She didn't understand half of it, but she kept watching it and watched it over and over again. It was her favorite flick. Then she went on and had a life. She was an actress and stuff and a producer and a mover and a shaker in a business. She was sitting around.
And brought it all back to her.
She was sitting around watching YouTube, and she saw me doing an interview, tell that same story about trying to get Dogma back. And she was like, "Oh, he needs help." Literally got involved, made it all happen.
So she just saw you say
She
it.
convinced somebody to buy that tranche of films away from that dude, sold off all the movies just to hold on to Dogma, just to bring it out into the world again. It was her dream.
That is amazing.
I couldn't make it happen. I tried to make this happen.
Right.
Connections, Ben and Matt. And I made the movie.
Yeah.
This amazing miracle woman made it all happen. And so she resubmitted the movie to Cannes, to the film festival, and we got in. So we're going back May 22nd. They just announced it. The Dogma goes back to Cannes. So we get 2 sets of laurels, one from 1999, one from 2025. All because... take everything away. All because a fan of the film was like, other people should see this.
Does that make you feel better than probably most of your accomplishments, that you've touched that one person so much that that's all this?
100%, Mike. When I started the journey, I started it for me. It's very selfish, masturbatory. I want to be a filmmaker. What keeps you going on the journey 31 years in are, of course, moments like that, or moments like, the kid who I went to a Comic-Con. He's like, I had a ratty copy of Mallrats. Looked like it had been through the laundry and the dryer and stuff a few times. And he goes, "Can you sign this to my son?" And I said, yeah, but how old's your son? He goes, he's like 2. I was like, well, he's not allowed to watch this. If he is, get a DVD. And he goes, well, that's the movie that saved my life. And as a storyteller, filmmaker, you hear that from people a lot.
Sure.
Very sweet thing people say, usually hyperbolic. Don't really mean it. Like, I was hanging on a cliff and a copy of Clerks saved my life. It's just something nice to say. And I was like, thank you. I know how to receive that. I was like, oh, man, thank you. And he goes, no, I really mean it. He's going, every day I used to come home from school, my father would beat the hell out of me. Every day. Beat me to a bloody pulp. Almost to unconsciousness. Then I would drag myself to my bedroom, close the bedroom door, put in Mallrats, Escape to the Mall with T.S. and Brody and Jay and Silent Bob. He's going, now I'm a father. And I would never do the things to my kid that was done to me. And I survived it. And I want my kid to know that I survived it. He's alive because I survived what I went through with my father. And how I survived that was this right here.
Wow.
Dude, it was Mallrats.
Yeah,
it wasn't
great.
even Dogma chasing Amy. It was Mallrats. So that's what gets you out of that bed in the morning. Like, you not just to make movies, to write comics, to do anything, because the trickle down is something I never thought about when I started. When I thought about the audience, it was like, I hope there is one. But that audience has been with me. I'm on tour looking out in the audience, seeing a lot of, white bearded faces like me, old timers in their 50s, sitting next to kids. I had one dude who was like sitting there going, I've been coming to these shows for like 30 years, man. He's like, I started with you on Clerks, so I've been coming. I see you every time you come in the area. I'm here with my adult children. Now they come to these things with me. And he's like, I just got to ask, what's your end game? And I was like, I don't know. I made Clerks, and I've been making it all up ever since. So those stories, Alessandra going, I'm so moved by the movie, I think other people should see it, rescuing my movie, saving my movie about angels from the devil himself. Those are things that you never imagined could happen.
No,
those are better than the money. And let me tell you, the money ain't good anymore anyway, so everything's better than the money.
That's amazing. Those are amazing stories.
Kevin Smith and his amazing story.
No, that's good. That's good stuff, because you have to. I'm being honest. If Kevin Smith's out doing a Q&A, you have to imagine you've seen a lot of the questions and answers before. But every time you come on the show, it's an entirely new situation. I'm gonna present one thing to you.
Do it, fire.
We've been going for almost.
And when
an
I say
hour.
fire, I mean fire away, not the way kids are like fire.
No.
I don't want to be one of those old people.
Trust me, I'm old. I get it.
Fair enough.
It's been an hour of commercial-free talk.
Yeah.
I need to take a break. And then I need to bring Keckner in.
Yeah.
I would love it if you've hung around, but I also know if you want to leave, I understand that.
At the very least, I will hang out for a little bit. I can say hello and stuff. But I also know that, like, I ain't got cramp. A man style. Is Keckner in town for shows?
He's got shows in the Improv. Totally different. I'm
not saying like competition, but I want my shows are sold.
Yeah, no. We'll talk and then plug the show, so we'll be fine. Totally. I guarantee you with that. All right, let's take a break. David Keckner's in the waiting room. He's going to come in. Kevin Smith is here. Hey. It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.
You're listening to the Mike Calta Show. Let's have some summer fun in the summer sun, Bone fam. It's the Neutral Summer of Music. Presented by Neutral. Win tickets to some of the summer's biggest shows, like Thomas Rhett, Katy Perry, Jason Aldean, and more. Plus, score Neutral summer gear, including hats and coolers. Scan the QR code at participating Florida Circle K's, Miller's Ale House, or at the Blind Goat in Tampa to enter. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Visit theboneonline.com for more details. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
Hillsborough County has an accident, Fowler Avenue at I-75. Crews just arriving on the scene. There are no lanes blocked off just yet. Still seeing some slowdowns. It is that time of morning, so give yourself extra time if that's where you're headed. Also, wreck southbound Del Mabry at Lutz Lake Fern Road. That's now in the clearing stages. Some onlooker delays in the area. Other than that, a pretty easy Friday morning commute for you. 275 and 75. Running up to speed for you. No problems on 75 to slow you down. Pinellas County looking good on US 19. And the Bay Area Bridge is in good shape as well. I'm Monica with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Tampa.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming, but it doesn't have to be. Skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, it's JP. Say goodbye to the stress that comes with showings, open houses, and costly home repairs. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate will sell your home fast and for maximum value. If you're thinking about selling your home, you can receive an all-cash guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Listen to what their client Tyra had to say. Quote, thanks to Mark Spain Real Estate, our home had several cash offers within 24 hours of being on the market, and we closed in less than a month. With their guidance, the transaction was more seamless than we could have ever hoped. End quote. Selling your home is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make, so who you work with matters. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home for top dollar. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
We hear it every day. I'm a safe driver. Then in an instant, it happens. A car crash. And you remember, for over 25 years, 1-800-ASK-GARY has helped over 350,000 people find the legal and medical help they need to get the settlement they deserve. You remember 1-800-ASK-GARY.
If you're a contractor who excavates, you can put time on the side of safe digging. Help locators save time and work efficiently by not requesting your tickets too far in advance, by giving detailed location descriptions, and by always pre-marking with white paint. Working together works better. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time. Always visit sunshine811.com or call 811.
At Advent Health, we know the heart. We've mapped it, modeled it, repaired it, and rehabbed it. We've screened it, strengthened it, and saved it. We know your heart, and we know there's an unstoppable human spirit at the center of it. Learn more about whole person care and find nationally recognized heart care specialists at floridaheartexperts.com.
Hey, it's Captain Zach Sturm from Tampa Bay Fishing Radio for Rivard Buick GMC, the #2 GMC dealer in the country. Rivard has become known for their massive discounts in inventory. Obviously, big discounts mean huge savings for you, the customer. Inventory means you have options to choose from and you won't need to settle. Right now, Rivard has over 1,000 vehicles to choose from, which is more than they've ever had before, all at insane discounts. They are serious about chasing that #1 GMC spot. Visit RivardBuickGMC.com and see for yourself. GMC, we are professional grade.
At International Diamond Center, we're all about family, and no one plays a more important role in the life of any family than Mom. She's the rock, the hero, the one that holds it all together. So we invite you to help us celebrate the mothers in our lives with the perfect Mother's Day gift and a little something extra. We've put together a special collection of jewelry just for Mom. We've set aside these carefully selected items so there's no guesswork. You can stop in, shop with ease, and get Mom a timeless gift she's sure to love. And to make it really special, with any purchase of $249 or more, we'll give you a $50 spa gift card so she can use it to treat herself to a day of pampering and relaxation. So come join us at IDC. Help us say a big thank you to the mothers in our lives with a gorgeous bracelet, maybe a pair of diamond earrings, a colored gemstone ring, or a piece from our Perfect Love collection. Buy the jewelry and we'll throw in the $50 spa treat at no charge. Happy Mother's Day from International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online, shop IDC.com.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
You know how much we love Win Derby at Derby Lane, a great opportunity to get together with friends and family and win money. And coming up soon is the Morgan Auto Group Cars and Cards event at the historic Win Derby at Derby Lane.
May 14th, 6 to 9 p.m., an evening of high-energy entertainment, card games, great food, drinks, stunning exotic cars, and meet special guests, including GT World Challenge America teams.
Whether you love cars, gambling, or you're just looking for a great night out, everyone is welcome. Win Derby at Derby Lane is an institution right here on Gandy Boulevard. For more information, check them out online at win-derby.com.
And don't forget, Morgan Auto Group presents Cars and Cards at historic Win Derby at Derby Lane. That is going to be May 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. Get ready for it. Beautiful cars, great food, awesome drinks, and those legendary card games that you will only find at the legendary Win Derby at Derby Lane.
Mobile service is here at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We come to you at your home or office. That means you can save even more time and money with your next service experience with no more wait times. We'll come at your convenience to your home or office. Then we'll perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. See just how easy and convenient it can be for yourself. Schedule a mobile service with Jerry Ohm today online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm Country.
See dealer for complete details.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Guess what? The power companies raised your rates again. And guess what? They're not done. Go solar with Solar Bear and pay nothing for the first 12 months. Beat the rate hikes from the power companies and keep your cash. Visit solarbear.com.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a FARA fight. Fair and FARA.
Tampa.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game, stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, we fight for you, making sure big insurance doesn't throw you a curveball. With over $25 billion recovered, we're the home run hitters you need.
This is gone.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan is responsible for this ad. John Morgan is licensed in Florida and Tennessee. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
When you excavate for a living, safe digging helps you keep living and save money, time, and your reputation, which can all help you breathe easier. Safety is in your hands. Every dig, every time. Always visit sunshine811.com or call 811.
Baseball is back, and as always, the name of the game in baseball is to go home and be safe. Nobody protects all the pieces of your life like Italiano Insurance. Whether it's home, auto, business, boat, or life, Italiano wants to keep your family safe. You can never predict what's going to happen in a baseball game, and you can never predict what's going to happen in life. So call the trusted agents at Italiano to make sure all your bases are covered. Head to ItalianoInsurance.com today for more information.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
You or someone you know thinking about buying a home, tune in to the Lone Ranger radio show Saturdays from 11 to 12. Make no bones about it. It's the place to go for no-nonsense mortgage and real estate advice.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Win tickets to see Hauser at the Big Hair Sound on May 17th. Just head to the contest page at 1055thedove.com and you can win tickets to Hauser at the Big Hair Sound in beautiful downtown Clearwater from 105.5 The Dove.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Summer is here. Get your backyard ready with Waterman Construction. Pavers, decks, and custom outdoor spaces done right. Call 813-715-7383 or go to watermanproperties.net.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun Toyota.com.
This is Fox 13's Dave Osterberg from the Sky Tower Weather Center. Very warm and steamy again today with that 30% chance of an isolated inland storm. High temperatures running around 89, maybe 90 in a few spots this afternoon. Mild and muggy tonight with a low in the mid-70s and a 40% rain chance for your Saturday. Otherwise, variable clouds with highs in the upper 80s.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
We now return to The Mike Calta Show on 102.5 The Bone.
It is The Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone, and this is one of my favorite times ever when guests cross over. Kevin Smith is here, and David Keckner is here. It's a pleasure to have you in the studio, sir. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much. A joy to be here.
Tell them about the hat.
Okay.
Because we're theater of the mind. Oh, you got it. Is there a video?
There's a video component as well.
So they can go plug it. Where can they watch
We're on YouTube right now on Calta.tv and on Bone TV, which we have through our website. It's out there everywhere.
Okay, but if you were just like, I can't see anything.
YouTube.
Do the theater of the mind. Describe my man's hat.
So it is a bowler hat, I believe is what it's called, and it fits perfect on your head. If I were to wear that hat, I would be getting wimpy jokes from Popeye all day about owing you Tuesday.
Every joke's a jealousy.
Yeah, that's probably true. But also, I come from the school of I know what looks good and what I love hats. Mm-hmm. But my head's so big, if I wear any sort of cowboy hat, I get Boss Hog. Okay. If I wear the bowler hat, I get Wimpy. So I'm screwed as far as hats go.
I like it because it's very John Bonham, Led Zeppelin.
Okay. Is that what you see? Yeah. I see Butch Cassidy and the Sundance.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There you go. One of the greatest compliments I've ever had.
Joe just had a custom hat made. We were down in Sarasota, and there's a guy who makes custom hats.
Wait.
Wow.
The Stetson people?
No, it's Slimson Hat Co. And he fashions them himself. He steams them. He does everything. And I have a real rattlesnake fan that goes around it. It's cool.
Fantastic.
It's nice.
Sidebar, I went to the Stetson mansion for Christmas while I was down here recently. There's a thing. I guess the
Stetson Law is down here also. Yeah,
they had a mansion that's full of hats.
Yeah.
It's
full
the
hats.
house that hats built.
How do you fare with hats besides baseball
Just
hats?
this one.
Just the baseball
I can't
hat.
make anything else work. And if I spin this around, I look dumb. Somebody recently gave me a hat to wear, like, can you wear this so I can take a picture? And I put it on, and they were like, can you turn it around?
Yeah.
And I'm like, but your advertisement is on the front. They're like, yeah, but you look you look really strange. But you are pulling off the Derby, my friend.
It's twofold, I think. Now, if he goes, well, he's bald. Yeah, I am. And I do need to keep the sun off. So it's a practical matter. I have no problem with that.
A, I didn't think of that. B, I didn't even know you were bald.
Thank you. Right. I love hats. I do. I don't know why. It's just I'm drawn to them. And so I'm always looking for a good hat.
You're making it work.
Yeah.
Some people, the hat wears them, but you are wearing that hat. You ate, as the kids say. You put that hat on, you ate.
I do believe you have to make the decision. So if you don't think you can wear a hat, I think you can, but you got to decide. Now, I understand you are right. You're right. Your cabeza is filled with a lot of brain.
It is a giant melon, yes.
So it's
Skipper hat, man. Then you get Skipper. Who didn't like the Skipper?
I've been through the Skipper hat.
That's good.
I like
Skipper's a good thing.
The cab driver hats. I love those.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, like a Buster Brown?
Yeah, but they don't make them for the
you
size
can wear
of
backwards.
this
You get Kinnison.
You know
what I'm saying? People feel like Kinnison.
The look every man's going for. The old Sam Kinnison. Yeah, I don't think I
speak for yourself. That's why Silent Bob wears a trench coat because of Sam Kinnison.
Sam Kinnison, sure.
There's Silent Bob character. Yeah, because I was a huge Kinnison fan. Yeah.
That is
a little bit of trivia.
Yeah.
If you're going to a pub in Sarasota, you may win that trivia contest tonight if you knew that piece of information.
I was explaining to my wife last night that she also works from home. She's a therapist. She's in another room making people cry right now.
Wait, therapist like not physical therapist?
No,
but like I've had a
mental
hard
therapist.
life.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like
you don't lead with that when I come in after a 90-minute drive to get here. Yeah, I needed to talk to somebody to be like, I don't understand why I do it. She'd be like, you're a codependent.
I don't want her to talk you out.
That's why.
Yeah.
She's like, you can't self-validate. That's why you came to my husband.
Show business.
Yes.
Like me. Like
True. We're empty vessels, just looking to be filled.
Well, does she have an appointment for your drive home?
Yes,
She'll telehealth you on the way home.
slip in for like 10 minutes.
We've done that on the air before.
Have you really?
Yeah. Do you familiar with wrestling at all? You know X-Pac?
I mean, I know.
Do you remember X-Pac? Long curly hair. X-Pac is an old friend of the show. He wrestled for years, started at a very young age, but tried to kill himself, was on drugs for a while, dated China. Remember China, the big woman?
Yeah.
Well, anyway, when she first graduated, we had her do a therapy session with him in another room, but we videotaped. I mean, we let them know. But X-Pac was just so giving of his emotions, and he's in there crying and the whole deal. Yeah, it was.
That's good radio.
Yeah. It was great. It was great. But anyway, I was telling her, I said, I'd like to give her a heads up when people are going to be here, because one time the one-armed drummer from Def Leppard was here, and she ran into him in the kitchen and had no idea he was going to be here. One of the guys from Rascal Flatts was here. So I said, hey, just a heads up, Kevin Smith's coming tomorrow. And she goes, oh, great. And I said, and Todd Packer will be here. And oh, man, she over the moon. I mean, it's weird what she gets excited about, but we're such big fans of The Office. And
people love it. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, is that, are you, what's worse for you? People screaming whammy at you wherever you go?
Worse.
Oh, you enjoy it?
Well, I always say this, wouldn't it be worse if it didn't happen?
I'm with you. Right. I'm with you. I just don't know how people handle that.
Well, we all know that I'm guessing yours came at a bolt after many years.
Yeah.
And then it goes whatever.
Vice versa. Mine came at a bolt right at the beginning, and it's been all downhill. Entered with clerks, and then everybody's like, he's going places.
Yeah,
like,
it was,
down.
It was
he
huge
down.
right away. Yeah. For mine was a slow build.
When was the what do you consider slow build? Because as I was saying, I'm going to tell the story for the third time. As I was driving down here, I heard the news, and I heard somebody being very obsequious to the president. And first thing I thought of was, your lordship, a character that Hector did years ago on SNL called The Fops.
The Fops, yeah.
But for me, that's where you succeeded.
Right. But at that time, we're still pre-social media, so I got on the radar then.
By being on the most famous comedy show in the world.
But I was only on for one season.
Doesn't matter.
I know. I was able to parlay that into a career. True. But it wasn't.
So when to you is the break? When do you consider yourself
I'd say SNL. No, I'm sorry. Anchorman.
That's when you're like, I can't go a place without somebody recognizing.
I can't. Well, I mean, it's never been so white hot that it interrupts my day.
Right.
And
what a great explanation for it, that it interrupts the day.
We can learn to manage it, because I will walk through the airport and not notice it. Do you do that too?
Unless you're with somebody who's in your wake. My wife always tells me, she goes, you don't see it.
Right.
But she's going, in your wake are a bunch of people looking at each other and whispering.
But don't lie. Do you not see it, or you just not care
because
anymore?
generally
I don't either.
Yeah, it's like you have to live your life moving forward. And stuff.
Right.
And I'm not obtuse. I am aware that there will be a recognition factor depending on where I am. If I walk into a Comic-Con, there better be 95% recognition.
That's your show.
If I walk into a convenience store, I'm looking for about 12% recognition. Like, hey, it's you.
I assure you we're open.
Yes, exactly. Hey, go lean on the wall or something like that.
I'm gonna raise that more than 12%.
But if I'm just like in the mall, I figure there's a certain percentage, and the ones that make direct eye contact or come up to you, I make it as quick as possible, and not quick. I'm like, let's get this over with. But
you manage.
They don't know how to ask. You have to manage.
Yes.
Dave's absolutely right. And so right away, I'm like, oh my God, let's take a picture. And they're like, oh, are you sure? I didn't want to ask them. I was like, that's why I did it.
Yes,
like,
the quicker I get this done with, the less chance that it's going to be a line.
Yes. Yeah. And we can both move on with our day. And you're going to get what you really want, which is like proof that this happened and stuff. And as long as I'm super kind and accommodating, like at the same time, because there are people that are like, yeah, take your picture, whatever. And, people walk away going like, well, I really wish I didn't take the picture. But here's the sad truth. You make somebody happy, they're going to tell the next 10 people.
Oh, sure.
You make somebody unhappy, they're going to tell everybody for the rest of your life. Yeah. Whenever you come up, they're going to be like, that POS.
Yeah.
And how it doesn't take anything. My credo is this. Don't leave him with a story. How was he? Nice guy. End of story.
Nice. Yeah.
How was he? Kind of an ass. Don't leave him with a story.
True. So true, man.
People that send me social media text, and they go, I saw you at the wherever. I didn't want to bother you. And I'm like, it's never bother, especially if my kids are around. Let my kids know I'm cool somehow.
Exactly.
Pay attention to me. Yeah, I mean,
for me, it's proof that the plan is working.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it's like confirmation. Like, I knew I was right.
I wasn't the popular.
I could be famous.
In high school, you weren't the popular kid. So to be the popular kid now, I'll take it as long as it lasts.
100%.
Yeah. So I'm just saying for you though, people, especially, you maybe not be hanging out in bars and stuff, but a lot of drunk screaming whammy.
I'm sober now.
Yeah. So I just
that's the only time.
whammy.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's probably the only time we can empathize with a woman and what's it like for someone to offer you a drink, and they go like, "Oh, you're not buying me a drink. You're trying to buy my time."
Yeah.
Yeah, because they'll sit down if they buy you a drink, and then what's Will Ferrell? So yeah. And then
how many times have you gotten that question?
Every time.
I worked with him on Jay and Silent Bob Show. Greg's the only reason I didn't ask. I know what. But otherwise, my first. So in lieu of that, what is Paul Rudd like?
I
met him years ago when before he like blew up, and he was such a nice guy. He was dating this girl, Julie Yorn, who worked at Miramax, who is now his wife. Yes, Mrs. Rudd, or if she kept her name or whatever. But I remember when they were first dating, and then recently I'd heard like they're still together.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. We do that big charity every year in Kansas City. It's called Big Slick, and we invite people and do all that. So
what do you do? What is it? Poker?
It used to be. You're right, because you know poker. It started as a poker tournament,
right?
When it's very early 2 years. Then it got bigger. Gambling and charities don't work together. So they kept the name Big Slick, but it's become this different thing where, so Rudd's from KC, Riggle, Sudeikis, Stone Street, and Heidi Gardner, and I'm from Missouri, so we all host this thing. We bring people in, and it's a 3-day affair. You should do it.
I'm in 100%. What is it, comedy? All comedy?
No, it's a whole weekend. So what we do is, it's coming at the end of this month. This is nice, so you bigslick.org. On Thursday, we come in and we have a fundraiser for some donors that want to get together in a smaller venue. And then Friday, we do a softball game at Royals Kauffman Stadium, Royals Park there. And we get like Chiefs, it's fun. So people donate to that. Then they give us some dugout seats. So it's all finding a donor base, right?
Right.
And then we visit the kids at Children's Mercy Hospital.
Oh, wow.
Our particular charity is for pediatric cancer research.
Oh, my God.
So then we'll go
the
in.
Lord's work.
The kids don't know who you are.
I was going to say, you ever worry about that? Like, I'm worried about kids.
Are like,
No, you're there to lift the burden of the parents. And the staff of the place, because they don't charge.
Sure.
Whoever can, you pay to whatever you can. But it's a great charity, and so you're giving. And no one in Kansas City has not been affected by Children's Mercy Hospital, either directly or a family member or a neighbor, whatever. So we do that. But anyways, I've known Rudd obviously for a long time.
Beautiful work, David.
Yeah.
I just want to interject and make sure that so people, if they want to know, it's bigslickkc.org.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
To me, things never go.
Just so people know, bigslickkc.org.
And speaking of charities that need plugs, Jay and Silent Bob Cruise Askew 2, leaving out of Tampa 2026 with the sole cause of giving you a good time. Tickets at jayandsilentbobcruiseskew.com. I forgot to plug something.
When does it leave?
We leave February 2026. The tickets just went on
sale. Please tell me about this. What happened?
Have you done cruises yet?
No.
It's a good time, bro. You want to come? We'll bring you on ours, man.
Oh, my God.
We'll be like, here's the whammy guy. Ask him about Will Ferrell.
Guess what? I'm fine with whammy guy.
We did it for the first time last year.
David Keckner tells Will Ferrell's story.
Yes, we'll give you a whole stage. We'll give you the big room. Tell them about the big room.
The room is big. Oprah stayed in both rooms.
Stayed in both rooms. You went to vouch for it. You were on a 6-man cruise.
So I went on the cruise. A buddy of mine, Bert Kreischer's a comedian. He sold the cruise out, and they had.
I love you said Bert Kreischer's a comedian. Go ahead.
I love how he said a buddy of mine first and buried
We've been
the lead.
friends for
it's true. I know
years.
You were an early adopter.
Yeah, he's from down here. Yeah.
We broke up recently, but it's okay.
Seriously?
I don't know. I have a feeling he had his 5K here last weekend, and
it didn't reach out.
He did. Oh no, I was there and the whole thing, and then I left before I had to walk. I'm not much of a walker, and I heard he was angry about it, so we haven't talked.
That you didn't finish the race?
That I didn't even start the race. Yeah, I went there and I hung out for a while. I got.
We all did it. We all finished it.
Yeah,
he didn't.
This is a recurring story in your life. The staff does everything, and you've got a very expensive vacation to go on with your family.
He's an optimistic liar, is what I call him.
Yeah,
what it is.
I want to do things, but sometimes they just
He
don't
says
come to
he'll do
fruition.
Like
things.
if it happened here in the house, I would.
Oh, it would be great. Yeah.
But you showed up.
I don't. Yeah. Anyway, so we went on the
Yeah,
cruise.
I heard you
and,
showed up.
Yeah, I did show up.
That's the
Thank
end
you.
of the story.
Thank you.
There it is. No judgment.
But anyway, the cruise has these massive rooms, and like I've been on 20 cruises with my family. We've had suites and on 2-bedroom suites on it. This thing was like somebody's apartment on like a penthouse apartment on the ship. Is unbelievable. Like if you hated cruises, you would love this. So yeah, we'll put you in the. I'm putting him now in the suite.
Yeah, I'll tell 6 man. We did it last year, and it was me and Jay and Jason Lee went. A bunch of people from our movies, Ethan Splee, a bunch of people I do podcasts with. And it was absolute bliss. And then we did 3 days, and afterwards the feedback was like, do another day. So now we're doing 4 days.
Wow.
We waited 1 whole year to do it. So it's on sale now.
I love Ethan.
He's great.
He's just such a good dude.
I mean, and also just like what an amazing transformation.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I've now seen his body in 3 completely different shapes. and each one is fascinating. Each one could be an action figure as well.
Yes. Round
He's
enough
such a good
head to
heart.
pull that hat off. He could definitely wear that hat. Yeah.
I think the only way to describe Suplee is sweetheart.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And he's all heart. And you know, he was raised a Scientologist.
Yeah.
But he treats it the way like a lapsed Catholic. Like,
Oh,
like
he
I
doesn't
remember,
really
I
go,
remember
yeah.
talking to him about it. He was like, "Yeah, my parents were Scientologists, so I was kind of one, but I don't really."
See, I
follow."
think that's why
Like he was the first Scientologist I ever came across who was like normal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who wasn't like, "Hey, man, I believe something completely different and stuff, and I have an agenda." This dude was like, "I was raised in it, but it's not my cup of tea."
Like
the
most
same way
religions,
most kids raised in any religion are. Yeah.
That was crazy.
I saw him. I was in New York doing stand up a year and a half ago, whatever it was. And he and his wife had come from a Broadway show. And we were literally on the same corner, maybe getting ice cream. I can't remember.
Right.
But we're like, oh, hey. And it was wonderful. And then the fun part for me was people would walk by and recognize him and hand me their camera. People don't realize it's rude. You're there, take my picture. We're not asking. And then people recognize me and give him the camera and not notice the two of us, which was just, that was a nice treat.
Yeah, it's cool
it's
to
so
watch
funny.
the dawning revelation.
But only one sunrise. Not
Only one sunrise.
All the times I've been to LA, I never seen any celebrities, and then you two run into each other. That's great. In New York, whatever. But David Keckner is here. It's important to tell people that you were doing stand-up comedy here, and you're doing it Side Splitters, yeah. And
when are you doing?
Tonight, we have 2 shows tonight, Friday night, and we have 2 shows Saturday night. And Saturday afternoon, Office Trivia hosted by the real Todd Packer. That's my crew show.
Oh, nice.
And so, yeah, it's an Office Trivia show. So it's the greatest trivia show in the country.
Do you do it live? Are you serious?
Yeah, we do it live. So I
who else
host
is
it as
on?
Todd Packer, but my buddy who I tour with, he runs the trivia part. So we do 3 rounds of trivia. I tell stories from the show or stories from my career.
Right.
You know, we're talkers.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And so it's a fun show. At the end of the show, the top 2 teams get to come on stage and act out a scene with Todd Packer to determine the winner of the trivia.
What you don't
That is
see
great.
on listening to the radio is me putting up my hand and giving them a high five, although we did class pass.
Yes.
But that's a huge congratulations. That is so smart.
It's fun.
And fun, and you're making a lot of people happy, man. People, like, that show is religion to
Well,
people.
I was going
My
to say
kid
the exact
especially.
same thing. It is a religion, and that you feel the energy in the room. It's different. Yeah.
And what kind of room, how big are these rooms?
Well, just whatever comedy club is. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think this one's 5,000.
Around there.
Close.
Yeah. Bigger than arena. Yeah. Well, they've tried to put hockey teams in there, but
Yeah, it's not cold enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the room is 50,000.
So wait,
we sell about 300 tickets.
Is it an after show? Like,
It's
do you
an
do your
afternoon
main
show.
show? Like, you come to town,
yes.
do your solo show, and once you're sure they're going to go,
We sell it all together.
Really? You put them all on?
They kind of cross-pollinate.
So people are like, look, I'm going to be there for one. I'll stay for the other.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Smart.
Smart.
Smart. And then for those who miss out on the solo show, they're like, hey, I can get tickets for this show.
You know, the thing is, I'm out of town. I got 5 kids. I'm going to monetize every inch. You're
smart. You're not wrong,
Because
dude.
it's true. Like, okay.
I'm touring the movie, and they were like, hey, you sell out the show. I was like, add another show because I'm already there.
Yep.
Might as well add a second show.
What are the ages of your children, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, Charlie is going to be 26 next week. Margot's 23. Sergeant and Audrey are 18, almost 19, and Eve is 14, graduating 8th grade.
Do
Oh my God, I never realized when you have that many kids, you really have to keep stuff straight.
Yeah.
I got the one, so I'm just like, oh yeah. And even then, I'm like, June 26th.
Now yours was born into it, and she does acting and all that stuff. Do your kids realize that you're like? Do they look to you like you're cool at all? I ask all the celebrities, just like my kids have I'm not cool to them at all. But I mean, you're in Anchorman, you're in The Office. I mean, they gotta look at.
You know, number one thing is you're their dad, and the other thing is sometimes an inconvenience or something. Oh, right, that's my dad.
Yeah,
they don't. It's a separate context.
Right.
Oh yes, and by the way, that's my dad. Like at the end of my daughter's freshman year at Colorado, more and more people started realizing, oh my God, that's your dad. And she's kind of but none of them trade on it, which is great.
Yeah,
none of them trade on it.
See,
it's
I'm
kind of like yes, but that's not who I am, and that's not my identity.
Right. That's great for you. I'm pushing my kids.
None of them are like, I can get you a signed derby. I'm close with the guy.
I don't mind. We'll give anything to our kids, if their friends want something, but whatever. So yeah,
that's awesome.
It's something they understand. And it was slow enough. Like, oh, this is part of our life. I remember when Margot was 11, we were at a mall, and she said, "Dad, that person's looking at you. Go talk to them." Like, that's not how it works.
Yeah,
you're like, shut up. So I noticed you looking at me. How creepy would that be?
Perhaps you'd like to have a conversation with me. Perhaps you've seen me places.
Oh, that's awesome. Gio came in this morning. He goes, I put on The Office the other day, and Packer walks in and goes, "What's up, Halpern? You queer?" That must have been so much fun to be able to play that back in the day, and I wonder how much they could even do that now if they.
Well, I think everyone says that. I think what the fun would be, this is never going to happen, but the fun would be Packers in a box and always trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
So his frustration with not being able to say what he used to be able to say.
Oh, that should still be. Yeah. Oh, that's
but no,
great.
I address stuff like that in my show because everyone laughs at that, and then I have to lecture them.
Yeah.
I love it because I can't help but opening up people's minds just a fraction.
What is it? Did you ever read Carlin's book, Last Words?
Yeah.
He has this great theory in the book where he says, everyone's never presenting who they are at any time. Everyone's always acting, right? Everyone's always presenting the best possible version of themselves. So that's not who they truly are.
Right.
That's who they want other people to see. They said that mask drops, or Carlin said, that mask drops the moment somebody laughs because laughter is involuntary. And you cannot maintain a performance. Like, case in point, in our work, you can be given the best performance, but if you start laughing, you're going to break. Yeah. So even in a daily life, as you're presenting to the world, like I'm cool, collected, calm, something makes you laugh, you are reduced to like physical reaction. It's involuntary. You can't control it. You won't know when it's coming. When that happens, the mask slips. And he says that's when the audience is open-minded. Their minds are fertile. They trust you a little bit. He said that's the best chance you have at passing on a good idea, a new idea.
Wow.
That's when it might be fertile, take root or something.
And you're out there talking to all these. I mean, I would say kids, but they're not kids anymore, are they?
There are a lot of them look like me, and they brought their kids.
Yeah.
But there are kids out there, like they're film school kids now, like kids who are in their 20s who are like, you made Clerks and stuff. So it's a wide, it's across the boards, man, like in terms of age range.
Excuse me, I do have
a lot
to
of white people, though.
Oh, go ahead, Carmen.
I should be fair and point that out. I don't want to just misrepresent that, like, every color of the rainbow. A lot of white people. But many ages.
Yes.
Many ages.
Yes. Stand by for 1 second. Go ahead, Carmen. Hit it. We got to contest down
Here we go, Bone fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
score. This hour's keyword is score. SCORE. Head over to the 1025 Bone app now and enter score before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone Bonus could be yours.
There you go. It's easy as that.
$1,000.
Just giving away $1,000.
Can we win now that we know the code word?
Sure.
Are we eligible?
He's got
Download
5
the app.
kids. He needs it. You
That's
don't know
true.
how many
You know
more
what?
clerks are going to come out of you.
We could break it 60-40.
Right. I think we're the same. We're always going to go out and get ours.
Yeah.
If we have to,
I think
I'll
so.
go get-
I tell people all the time, like, I even said it earlier today, like, there's a reason you see me as much as you do. And it's not because I like the sound of my own voice or I need public validation, although part of that is true. I got to earn.
Right.
Like, I've never had, like, and there's my fortune. Even though you were on, like, a hit network show,
You know how it goes.
Office, I'm sure they weren't like, we're going to back up the money truck.
No.
that rips.
I was paid as a guest star.
Every time?
Every time. I made no
Even
money.
deep seasons in?
Yep.
So the good of that show was the exposure and the